So if you're seeing this in the stream, and everyone, or whatever, to explain this, so I had 50,000 subscribers today, which is absurd, and I don't understand it, and I was like, let's do that thing that I always say I won't do, which is play with the audience, and not just in the lobby, but also in voice chat, which we're going to learn a lot of lessons about microphone quality and push-to-talk today. And
how annoying your audience can be.
And I have an open lobby, which is if you're playing Monster Hunter World, you can just type in that code on the screen right now, or in the description of the stream itself, and you can just join this lobby, and then you can be the first to join the Columnar Jointing Guild. This is silly.
Is that really what you named your guild?
Yeah, of course I did. Let me see if I can find my guild page. My guild card.
Was there columnar jointing in Monster Hunter World?
It's yeah, there's a whole level that's only columnar jointing.
Oh yeah, that lava thing, right?
Well, it's 50% columnar jointing and 50% Seath's Duke's Archive crystals.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's a hexagonal. I have a hexagonal tile with a mining pick on it, which is the same symbol I used for Guild Wars, because a hexagon and a mining pick are always in these games.
Oh boy.
It's so easy.
Someone will think you're a Minecraft YouTuber, I'm guessing.
And then people in the audience can join the Discord via the link in the description, and we'll see how long that lasts.
Oh boy.
I don't know if there's a player limit.
10 people instantly join, I'm guessing.
Is there a user limit? Oh, I just found the setting for it. I can set a user limit. It's currently set to infinite. Its default limit is not a number. Its default limit is infinite.
50,000?
Andrew's here.
Andrew.
Hi.
Andrew, you have mod powers, right?
Live.
Mod powers in what?
I think you have mod powers here, period. That might come in handy.
You mean like Discord in general?
Yeah. Well, in my Discord, I think I gave you mod powers.
I don't know, let's see.
So use your own discretion if things get weird and I'm in the middle of a boss fight, if you're still here. I don't know how much you'll be here. Is anyone in the...
Can anyone else...
Is anyone in the lobby yet?
Hear Mona?
Mona talks sometimes. Or
most of the time.
Yeah, he's mostly been talking so far.
I'm a very talkative, annoying person.
No one has joined yet. I'm disappointed in all of you. What do you mean it takes like 5 minutes to boot a PS4 in Monster Hunter with no notice?
Yeah. Like, he didn't even...
You're not just here already?
On Twitter, just like streaming in about an hour, just there.
Yeah, there's no warning. Well, I didn't know if it was going to work. I didn't know if I was going to go out and the hardware wasn't going to work, and then I'd be like, you got your hopes up, but fuck you.
To be honest, I was expecting for you to like start at 3 a.m. for me.
All right, my audience doesn't know that yet. You guys haven't seen the new weapon before.
Oh.
I was using dual blades in the most recent video. Whoops.
How many videos?
That one's my favorite weapon, the horn.
Monster Hunter is often a week behind my real version of me, just because there's so much time-consuming stuff in the game that if I don't have a giant backlog, I'll worry that I'll like not have a video to put out.
Oh. So effectively, we're watching a spoiler version.
Yeah, if you can spoil Monster Hunter.
If you are watching.
Spoilers on a weapon from the future. I'll probably just start a mission. Feel free to ask questions in chat or voice chat. It's easier for me to hear you in voice chat than to find you in chat.
Well, until it gets too crowded.
Until it becomes impossible. Why am I hitting join? That's the wrong button to press. I was offended when this game called Paolumu ugly.
Oh my god, why do they do that? Yeah, I mean, is it a Japanese culture thing? Did they find bats ugly or something? I don't know.
Because it's the best type of bat. Like, they didn't even make it one of the not good types of bats. It's like, it's not like a weird vampire or anything. It's like a fruit bat, which is like a fox that's with wings.
But with an extra puff thingy.
I might be adding fuel to the fire by just trying to get everyone in the Discord to join. I might be doing that.
I noticed this. Also, who is this mysterious DR Fusion?
I guess he's our first caller. technically.
He was in the YouTube chat earlier, I think.
So,
I see.
First call. This isn't a
Welcome.
fucking telethon.
shush, Andrew.
Telephone.
You're incorrect. So, Dr.
was
P
delayed longer than
have the
expected, though.
privilege of being the first person to join the shit show.
By the way, can you hear the TV going off? I'll like turn it off.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yes,
can definitely
okay.
hear the TV.
Very clearly.
We can very clearly hear it. So wait, Keith, here's a question. Here's a recommendation.
Like I said, I'll have to
Rename
mute the
this
chat
chat-
anyway once my brother comes back in the room. So, apologies if that was a bit
A
disruptive.
genuine problem is that I was like, I'm trying to run multiple things at once. So I'm like, let's start the mission up, and then I literally forgot what mission I started. I'm like, I
job.
think that's my goal. Thankfully, there's little like red things that
Sorry
indicate
to be
that
here.
you're supposed to hunt that dude.
Oh, hello, Fusion. Welcome once again. I tend to repeat myself if you haven't noticed.
Yes.
That's a person.
think,
I almost hit him with a hammer. Is he going the right way?
just think that you've got quite a few backseat drivers at the moment.
Yeah, probably.
Well, not me. I'm not
guessing-
even looking at the stream right now, which I
I'm
probably
guessing
should be
the
doing,
entire
frankly.
stream is judging me right now.
Oh, we're
on my
gonna have peak levels of that because I'm playing like the most complicated weapon I could pick. Like that.
Oh,
I had
Oh, God.
a
Oh, it's
stick weapon where you hit people with sticks and a lot, and you hit them faster sometimes, and that's even better. And I was like, that's what I was doing for most of high rank, is just dual wielding daggers. So
Okay, so
going
I've
to
got the
this
stream on
nightmare is
now.
fantastic.
It's like a minute. It's ridiculous.
Like I've got a musical instrument that I beat people with, and it does buffs that you charge up, and also can do a stun shockwave, and also I mostly just get hit in the face when I try to do things on it.
Nice.
And I'm also playing it without game audio because I'm listening to computer audio, which means I can't hear when I'm playing an instrument.
Good job.
But I have to look at the animation a bit.
Yeah, I've shut
This-
down the audio on this stream as well,
is
just so
gonna
I
be-
don't get double streams.
It's gonna be a shit show.
Oh my god, there's 11 people already.
All right, well, we
Wait, no.
had a Rathalos for 1 second, and he ran away immediately? Did somebody shoot him with poop?
Getting beaten up by the Rathalos right now. And they're not gone yet. And now they're gone. They're not gone yet. They ran off. They're flying off, yes.
I have to say that, at times the scout flies are the bane of my existence. So I'll be going after them and like, where are you taking me?
But
What do
just
you
think, all
want?
the previous Monster Hunter games didn't have them at all.
Yeah. Well, you join up with I heard that you generally would like join up with 4 people and then go like spread out over the map and then like look for the monster, and then somebody would be like, yeah, he's in map 6, and then you'd all go to map 6.
Oh, that actually totally makes sense as to why they didn't bother putting scout flies in earlier then.
Oh, shit.
Uh,
But I'm
I was
just
thinking, why would they do that? But now, actually, if you take into account with a team, it actually makes it part of the party,
I'm
basically trying to find the monster.
I'm so garbage at navigating some of these like super vertical areas of the map and trying to tell exactly what path will take me to the right dude half the time.
You can see trying to earn the navigation of the levels is an uphill battle.
Ha 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 ha. You're banned.
All right, server me.
Andrew, we're gonna need to wake Naya's French ass up. It's not a real shit show without her.
It's like 2 in the morning for her. She ain't getting her ass up.
It
Of
is
course,
not.
you're
It's
getting
like
out up. It's 2 in the
11:30.
morning.
Well, then I guess
Isn't
we'll just
like-
have to stream for like 8 hours so that she can wake up.
Yeah, duh.
She'll be up around like 6 a.m. because that's when the cat wakes her up every day.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cat wakes up at 5 a.m.
I'm here just in
normally.
time, you guys. When the boss is
Cool.
probably dead. Here's a buff, everybody. I'm helping.
Do you,
Ow,
get, do you
shit.
get like credit for it still?
Been in the fight for 1 second and I almost died.
How
I'm
is
on
this
fire.
bad?
I'm at 10% health, on fire, and poisoned.
This is even more amusing when I see you walking towards the fight still, and none of this has happened to you yet.
Yeah, I'm
pressed
watching
one-
it too.
I
Never
pressed
blown.
1 button. Give me a break, game.
Look, I need
Wait.
to figure out what to play in the background.
Can anyone just join at any time?
Yes.
Which part? The lobby or the game?
The lobby, like, can just a player 1 join?
Anyone, 4 people can join the mission, 16 people can join the overall lobby. And people fighting for spots in each mission is probably going to be heartbreaking for some people.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Some people are probably.
Also, obviously, you can theoretically throw up an SOS flare and just cause a whole party in there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it breaks the 4-person limit, though.
I don't think it does. I think it just means that other people that aren't from the lobby can join in.
Oh.
Yeah.
It would be nice if you could do that. Like, if you just get 16
Am I
people
finding the
to
correct
battle
monster
that
even?
monster.
There's 2 of them at once right now. It's chaos.
And those people at least like do something else while they wait.
They can play with
They
each
could
other.
run around the lobby.
Potentially.
They could do arenas or
Maybe
something.
people who do missions will be nice enough not to immediately join the next one.
Nah.
My understanding is that the lobby gets disbanded. I mean, not the lobby, the mission group, like squad or whatever. Squad's not the right word either, because that's what they call guilds in this game. God damn it. The party disbands every mission, I believe, and reforms. So it's like first come, first serve over and over again, I
I
think.
thought that's a choice, isn't it? They can choose to continue or disband.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll just intentionally disband.
Yes.
The people have to rejoin every time.
Flee, even if,
You can doing expeditions as a party.
Oh my god, my screen's covered in flesh.
Okay, explain.
I was fighting one monster, and the other monster decided to be the camera.
Oh.
Keith,
And
you
it
can't
just-
watch porn on
Just
stream.
moved in.
Yeah, Keith. You're gonna break YouTube.
This is the
terms
most
of service.
entertaining, bullshit, ridiculous weapon I've ever seen in a video game.
What the instrument?
What's the weapon called?
It's the hunting horn. It's a musical instrument that you beat people with, and it does giant AoE buffs. For the
sadly,
party.
sadly, the bagpipes DLC hasn't been added yet.
Yeah, I was about to
I've been
say,
fighting
I was
2
like,
dragons at once, and I'm not really being selective of which one I actually fight.
I don't know what y'all are talking
Just
about. I
both
beat
here
the
at the
shit out
same
of people
time.
with bagpipes all the time.
I mean, so long as you're buffing everyone
The
around
Scotsman?
you.
I mean, the starting version of the hunting horn is a
You're hoping
bagpipe.
both.
Callie, correct
It's a
me if
metal
I'm wrong on
bagpipe,
this.
which I don't think
Isn't
makes
it,
any sense.
Didn't you? Isn't it like, what is it? Don't you have to have a bagpipe to be registered as a Scottish person? I think that's the law.
Like a Swiss rifle?
Yeah,
They have to have a kilt, not a
Yeah, I thought it was a
bagpipe.
kilt as well.
it was a kilt and a bagpipes, right? That's the law.
Ow.
Well, I'm pretty sure you just hate the English, actually.
Okay.
I mean, so
Well.
what? All of Europe is basically Scottish.
Yeah.
Yes.
All of
Oh,
Europe,
shit.
except England.
I just
Well,
realized that things
also
got
England.
so chaotic that Azure Rathlos is already dead. There's just 2 other dragons fighting us at the same time, and I didn't notice that the third one was dead.
Of course. The skin color died first.
There's like a pink Raytheon, an Azure Rathalos, and a normal Rathalos or whatever at the same time, and there's just too many dragons. They're all recolors and
many
regenders the same
Wait,
thing.
wait to that. Pink. Sure.
I think he's cutting out, or is that just me?
You're cutting out a lot.
Yeah.
No, he is cutting out. Yeah.
You're
So
cutting out
to
like
explain that to
mad.
Andrew, it's like there was a Nidoking and a Nidoqueen, and then also a shiny Nidoqueen in the same fight.
I mean, look,
And
I'm
it's
watching the
just
stream
fucking
and I have
confusing.
I have no idea which dragon is the one you're supposed to kill. They all look the same
2
to
of
me.
them are I'm supposed to kill. I think it's the red
So
one.
basically, this is.
I think it's the red one and the both of the recolors the ones we're supposed to kill. The regular one just wandered in.
So basically, let's go.
I should really be playing wind pressure due to
Oh,
the
the porn
whole group
internet.
thing.
Man, I really gotta catch up on the Monster Hunter series to understand what the fuck y'all are talking about.
You hit the dragon
Stream
and then
it.
you cut off its bits and make swords out of it, and then that's every fight
Straight or
forever.
something.
Oh my god.
And you're caught up.
No, alright.
That's
I
the
can't
whole
wait for
game.
my bad dragon sword.
Oh yeah, animal cruelty.
You hit dragons until you hit dragons with other dragons. That's the game.
There's like more people in voice chat right now than there usually is active people talking at any
Yeah.
time.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
I mean, it's a 50k event.
And they're
which
still
means
lurking. They're still lurking in voice chat. Talk, you fuck.
Sorry.
There we go. I finally gave you guys wind pressure negated. I'm sorry. I wasn't doing
Man,
that.
I'm gonna manually unmute all of you.
Yeah, vocalize.
I'm talking because I need to be in at least one YouTube video I'm not ashamed of.
Oh, okay.
We got a question from the YouTube channel here. So, are you going to play Super Smash Brothers?
No.
I am garbage at Smash Brothers, and I don't have any
So you
friends
should
to
play it then, yes.
and I don't have any friends to play them with anymore
Wait.
that aren't like way too into it.
Wait. Does Smash have like a campaign?
Not anymore.
No.
Brawl
They
does.
decided to get rid of that at some point.
There used to be one with God Hand or something as the final boss.
I liked Smash Brothers when I was like 14, and I still like it, but all my friends either quit playing it or are way too good at it now.
Oh.
Because they added online to it, so now everyone could play it way too much instead of just with their friends. It used to be the fighting games you had to play with your friends, so you all like were of comparable skill level and grew together. But then like Dead or Alive got multiplayer online, so I couldn't play with my friends anymore because I was too good. And then Smash Brothers got online, so all my friends got too good.
On the next episode of Black Mirror, how Smash Brothers got ruined.
What's the most recent beat 'em up that you've played?
What's the most recent what?
Beat 'em up.
Beat 'em up.
Beat 'em up. That's not even Smash Brothers, is it? That's like a you're talking about like
fighting
Yeah,
sports.
that's
Fighters,
I'm about to
Tekkens,
die.
what's the last one you played?
Poison
Wait,
Y.
no, beat 'em up's like DMC.
Well, wait, I thought beat 'em up qualified as like side
Fighting
scrolling.
games are fighting games.
Yeah, fighting games are fighting games. Beat 'em ups are like Darksiders.
Yeah, and
stuff.
Smash Brothers is a fighting game.
Okay, we'll change it to fighting game then. What's the most recent one?
Mortal Kombat 10.
That's actually
me,
genuinely hard to try to think of an answer for because it's so rare.
We played high school.
Oh, you're right. We did Let's Tries of Arcana Hearts and High School Beat 'em Up 2 or whatever the fuck it's called.
That
Battle High.
sounds horrible.
Yeah, Battle High. That's what it
Yeah.
was.
And Arcana Hearts was like, we're a parody of every anime girl, was the game.
Yeah, so those are the two most recent fighting games we played.
Those sound legitimately awful.
Yeah, those are bad.
No, the anime one was...
Like a year ago, I played Smash Brothers with Kel and Joe and Andrew and everyone, but then I came back a week later and they'd played it nonstop all week and I hadn't, so I couldn't even hit them, basically.
That sounds like fun.
That's been my experience with fighting games. I have the reaction time of a epileptic panther.
Mongoose.
But I grew up playing with my brother and a few other people. What is it? Smash Brothers. I'm going in fucking circles. What are these scatflies doing to me?
No, it's just button mash. It's not that difficult.
I played was it Smash Brothers Melee, Dead or Alive franchise. Oh look, the mission's over. I helped.
I pretty much ended up
This is a
giving up
shit.
on fighting games when my friend played me in DOA 5 and beat me one-handed.
Oh my fucking god.
But I would play Dead or
embarrassing.
Alive and Soul Calibur.
Oh.
Oh, I love Soul Calibur.
Right,
Soul Calibur is
I-
the one fighting game I'm actually decent at.
Like I've owned copies of
Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur 2, 3, 4 and Dead or Alive 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ooh, may I ask, when did that Andrew become Keith? And why?
He needed
Earlier
mod
so that he
powers.
could,
I
work
needed to
as a
give
mod.
him mod powers without
Yeah.
doing
Right,
any
I
real
see.
work. So I just made him
Instead-
me.
Yeah. So we have a Keith and a replacement Keith if the first Keith dies.
I'm sure that
That
the entire
Keith.
audience would just take to Andrew instantly as being the new host of this channel,
Yeah.
and there wouldn't be any
And,
friction.
He's more expressive than you, that's for certain.
Next time on
Canceling-
Zero Escape.
Canceling all
The king's
RPGs,
let-
replacing them
long
with
live
all
the king.
anime.
Oh,
Just-
visual novels. Oh boy.
Just cancel all the channel just long enough for Andrew to have to finish the pipe pipe paradise chat, the final
Yeah,
puzzle.
Oh. No. Wait.
I should have
100%
Andrew
of the
help me with
witness.
that.
100%
Although it's not really
of
his
the
type of
Actually,
puzzle.
he would probably be good at it because you're bad at that one, so that means he's probably good at that because it's the completely how you have completely different puzzle solving skills.
Andrew and I have completely inverse reactions on how puzzle games work. Where he just will magically be good at everything I'm bad at.
He hates the witness, right?
Oh yeah, he hates the
Yeah.
witness, and he couldn't beat the first mission for a while. But then
But I
he
beat it.
But then he's like, I beat the room in like 40 minutes. Fuck you.
At least
given-
you both like the fall.
Oh. Well,
The
I
Fall
forgot
was
what that
very
game
good.
was. Is that episodic thing?
Yeah, a robot one, yes.
I'm just
Yeah.
inviting
All
everyone
counts
to
as a
squad.
puzzle game? It
That
felt
looks
like
more
a
like an
tel-
adventure
game.
game.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
well,
it's a puzzle hybrid.
the line
The Fall
between
is that game
adventure
of-
and puzzle game is non-existent and incomprehensible at some point. Like, which one is missed, for example?
Yeah, to be fair, the Fall actually has combat sections, so it being half puzzle, half something else is at least got a more legitimate reasoning in this particular case.
Hey, columnar jointing squad.
I'm trying to send out all the invites again. Suddenly there's a lot more people.
Yep.
With scary...
Oh, yeah, no,
and everyone's got scary numbers next to their names. Except Darum. Darum is very, like unassuming and approachable in their HR rank.
Yeah, I played this game hour-long discussions about geology.
The trap with geology is that I secretly am losing it over time, and so what I can accurately say safely is like all over the place. Hey, we can get this piece of shit quest out of the way.
So basically,
Let's
So basically, you're slowly flanderizing yourself, where slowly you forget your geology, so you become the person who knows geology to the person who says column jointing all the time because you've forgotten the other geology bits that aren't column jointing related.
It's hard. It was hard to remember a lot of the stuff while I was doing it. I remember one of the most brutal things is I spent an entire weekend with flashcards doing nothing but trying to memorize the chemical compositions of like 200 minerals, and
Jesus Christ.
I failed. But also I was like, why? But also I was like, why is this even in an exam? Like I could always see. I was looking at the sheet in front of me that had all the information on it. I was like, I could just use this forever.
It's almost like you have a phone in your pocket.
Yeah, like there's a if you know, like I feel like it's more important to know how to process the information than be able to raw regurgitate it. So like I feel it feels so pointless to be required to put out such being able to write down so many chemical formulas. It's like, well, if I need it for my job and I'm using that information a lot, then I'll inherently memorize it because it's relevant. But
I know the feeling.
I feel like that's a college problem, isn't it?
It's a school problem in general. They should
have made an opus magnum puzzle out of it instead, for alchemical purposes, where you'd actually need to know where knowing what chemicals, minerals are made out of would actually be relevant, theoretically.
I was just thinking that perhaps Keith is substituting his knowledge of geology with Dark Souls lore.
Yeah, that's also what I was thinking.
This Dark Souls lore doesn't stick at all. I lose that shit constantly.
I guess it's time to read up on some Vadi video, I guess.
No, his videos are kind of boring.
I know, he's terribly boring.
I will speak in a slow and important accent. And by the way, this thing is next to that thing. Isn't that interesting? What do you think that means? It's like, okay, no. Next time on Game Theory. Did you know that the repeated brain injuries that you keep getting mean that you're actually, this entire game takes place in your dreams? I just stole that joke from Creel. God damn it.
Oh.
I'm stealing jokes from...
job.
I can't even parody other people's channels correctly without stealing the parody from another channel.
Because it's better than your own.
Yeah, Creel is a good channel.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I discovered him from a chamois like you did.
I just watched
obviously.
Tex Murphy 3 this morning, so it just crept in there.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing is original anyway, so...
I binge watched all his stuff after watching the chamois video.
Yeah.
He makes good shit, honestly.
So if you're watching this and wondering what the fuck's going on, and why this is suddenly a thing that's happening, it was literally a shower thought that I just acted on. I was just like, fuck it, let's just live stream Monster Hunter today. I was almost at one point I was like, I'll stream. I was thinking of streaming an entire Dynasty Warriors campaign, but that might have been too long.
Oh god.
Dynasty Warriors 9?
Which, by the way, was going to be my answer to the question of what's the last RPG you played.
Just not the new one.
I mean, beat 'em up you played was Dynasty Warriors 9, obviously, because that's a beat 'em up. But no, I would have been playing. I would have definitely been playing Dynasty Warriors 7 because that's the best one.
Oh, thank God.
Or Samurai Warriors 2, which is the bestest one, but it's not called Dynasty Warriors.
Have you ever tried the Gundam ones?
I played Gundam 2 so much that I almost got 100% in it, but it broke me. The grind broke me when I got to the part where you have to deal with the relationship rankings of every Gundam character ever. Because to get 100% achievements in that game, you have to become best friends with every Gundam character ever. Which is basically RNG of being in missions with them on the same team as them or something. It's awful.
That sounds bad.
So, for clarity, are you telling me there's a Dynasty Warriors game in which it's just Gundam?
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Oh my god.
There's 3
There's also
Dynasty.
one
I don't know
for-
where these eggs are, by the way.
It's also known as the best game ever made.
It's really fun. It's all the beat 'em up of Dynasty Warriors, but also you have, instead of a horse, you just have a jet booster because you're a Gundam. So you just rocket across the level like a lunatic, and you fight giant Gundams because Gundams have different sizes, and some of them are planes or whatever the fuck, instead of being a bunch of Chinese warriors. So it's even more unhinged than normal Dynasty Warriors is. There's also Fist of the North Star. There's One Piece, which Andrew doesn't like. I don't think the One Piece games.
I have all of them.
Yeah, I've played the first one through the full campaign, and then I accidentally spoiled part of the story for Kel without knowing it, I think. Because the story
reminds me, what
do you remember
you
that?
consider to be... Sorry.
It was like the story was so poorly told that I was like, oh yeah, that's the robot. And you're like, shh, spoilers! Because you were showing Kel One Piece. And I had no way of knowing that it's a spoiler that one guy's a robot, I guess, because that's the only thing I'd ever seen about him.
Wait, so I forgot. How many manga entries does One Piece have, Andrew?
I want to say it's like 800 or 900 and something.
Jesus fucking.
Yes, all I know about One Piece is that I despise it.
Oh,
that's a very short list of things to know.
Oh, and it's I think its collective length is probably longer than my lifespan will be.
Isn't it 830, I think?
I don't know.
830?
I don't watch that. I don't read it.
It's currently at 889.
I think I looked it up on Crunchyroll, saw the episode count, and went, fuck that.
Oh, wait, no, sorry, it's 896.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
At least it was 869.
That's too many things.
By the way, Andrew, have you been watching Ancient Magus Bride?
Yeah.
And opinions?
My avatar is a character from the show.
Oh yeah, it's the main dude.
And that's your answer.
So yeah, it's good.
I don't know how to get the egg. Oh, there's a giant nest over there that's next to the other nest. Okay.
But yeah, speaking of manga, I heard that Berserk apparently actually had some progression recently.
Holy shit, he got off the boat?
I don't know about that,
what?
But
We've been off the boat for like 2 years now.
I don't know.
I don't want to spoil it in case anyone's still emotionally invested in Berserk, but I did heard the one significant thing that has been happening since forever has suddenly stopped being a thing now. So
I just want like a 500 episode manga adaptation of Locke, the Tom Hardy movie where he's just in a car the entire time, and he never gets out of the car in the entire manga. He's just driving on the freeway talking for the entire show.
I mean, that's basically Initial D.
The only information of Berserk that I have has come from osmosis through the super best friends I bought through. Just.
Have you played Dark Souls? That's how you know the entirety of Berserk.
Oh yeah, that as well.
Wheel skeletons.
Playing Dark Souls is basically Berserk, yes.
Yeah, no, I know that.
I mean, Berserk, to sum up Berserk, is basically a story about a guy who's really upset the girl he loves got raped, so he's doing his best to prevent her from forgetting that she got raped.
What?
That sounds
quickly.
That doesn't make sense.
It's literally the story of Berserk, is just that Guts is on a mission to restore his girlfriend's memory because she got raped during a event of demons, and then she lost her personality because of that.
There's like not happy stuff in there in general, which should not be surprising. Yeah. Like I had a particular monster in all of the Blood Soulsborne universe that I think is the coolest one ever, and it's Ludwig.
Oh,
and,
no, God, that's what you're about to
and then
say.
you're like, oh yeah, Ludwig, based on a rape horse. I'm like, no, what? No.
Yeah.
No, that's what it's called? I guess I can't go that way. Shit.
Are you serious?
So, yeah, I know the story of Berserk up to weird demon rape night, and that's where my knowledge of it cuts off, because I was like, I don't want to hear anymore.
Sorry, this is on YouTube, right?
It's
it's a live stream.
Well, I don't know if there's an adaptation of it or not.
And
the voice chat's on YouTube, right?
Oh yeah, this is all on YouTube.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's just reminding people.
There's
You're
picture
listening to the
rainforest.
shit show
Also, in
live.
other grim stuff, I'm pretty sure Guts was born while from a dead. His mother was dead and hanging from somewhere, a tree, presumably.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he
I
literally
mean, there's an
grew up-
implied darkness of this channel in general when the entire channel starts with me playing Outlast and then playing Demon Souls, which culminates in a world where there's an abortion swamp.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's yeah.
Like, let's not
What?
forget our let's not forget our roots.
What
It's
the
just
fuck
a
is
bit
the
of
ending of
penises,
Outlast
it's
2, by
fine.
the way?
Yeah.
You don't have the easy camp for this quest.
Oh yeah. Well, I need
Oh,
to.
yeah.
I just need any camp, but unfortunately, I was trying to follow the scout flies, and the scout flies led me to a cliff I couldn't jump off of. It's like, you've betrayed me. How dare you?
Someone lives the king.
At times.
As long as we don't die, we can try this an infinite number of times, or 50 minutes of times, I guess.
By the way, there's
Yeah, that's true.
There's 15 of us in voice chat. I just want to notice.
That's
like
Is
horrifying.
there a limit?
I can't
no,
go that way.
but there's 15 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Yeah.
It's just fun
Oh, this-
stuff.
And maybe 6 of us active.
This will definitely be an unmitigated shit show, and it's not planned out.
Yep.
My one plan is that if absolutely necessary, oh shit, I will create like I'll move to the closed channel and like manually cycle people in and out for their like chants or something. That sounded the most full
You
of
just
myself
have to set
of
up a
all
deathmatch and
things.
the winners get to talk to you.
That's the most full of myself I've ever sounded.
Join now, stream
I'll
watchers.
bring
and
you
maybe
in for your
you'll get a
chance to talk to me. You get 5
Hey,
minutes.
do you want us to pay you for tickets now?
I mean,
Yeah.
people do pay me.
Pay-per-view.
Yeah, but not for the chance to talk to you. God no.
They don't know
No,
that.
the idea would be
No.
that there'd be 2 chat rooms, one of which is called the waiting room, and I would just cycle people in and out, so there wouldn't be too many people at once.
Yeah.
If there is a limit, it's above 500.
Yeah. As
I
it was
think
gonna.
right now the
wait.
worst thing that could happen is power cut.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
does running
that
out
was-
of running out of stamina make you drop the egg immediately? Oh shit.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Well, we're
Does
bad
the
at
egg break
I'm
when
bad
you
at
drop
eggs. Oh yeah,
See,
it does.
oh my god, we just had another abortion on the channel.
I'm Raxless Asfar, the one dressed as Aloy. If you follow me, you can at least flag the camp.
I would like to point out that almost every statement made in the past 20 minutes has led to my reaction being, what the actual fuck?
That's fine.
From
fine.
the abortion swamps, apparently?
Yeah, it's the end of the Valley of Defilement in Demon Souls.
Okay, I'd like to
There's-
point out I never saw the Demon
There's an
Souls
entire
playthrough.
swamp where like there's a dark area where like people would just like they would, I don't know, I guess they'd like dump their abortions into it until
It's
it
the
became
valley where people are
defiled
thrown
and
away.
horrible.
It's
Jesus,
But
the
the
worst
babies
thing in
just
Dark
appear
Souls
there.
3 was the ball factory.
And people thought Bloodborne was the dark one in the franchise.
I mean, it is kind of dark.
I mean, the game is
literally-
called Dark Souls.
it's literally
Isn't that like the
dark,
darkest
I
it
guess.
gets?
Bloodborne
I mean, that's
is more
ironic. Demon
crafting,
Souls is
though.
probably one of the darkest of the game, of the Dark Souls games, and it's the whole Dark Souls game.
What's your
To be fair,
Let's deal with demons.
Bloodborne also has abortions in it, to be fair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
There's alien baby.
I did
Oh,
have
right.
to murder a baby when I played Bloodborne.
Yeah,
so.
in the DLC, you fight a newborn baby that beats you with its placenta.
Yeah. Fun
Oh,
time.
and,
It uses its placenta as a melee weapon.
and
Yeah,
we got one of the umbilical
that's
cords.
one of the people here seems to have children in their voice chats background.
Yeah.
I would
Wait.
like to point out that
No,
to
it's
get
just
one
a
of the
TV.
umbilical cords, you can stab a baby in a dark sewer.
Can you like get the?
Oh yeah,
when
you
beat
eat
the-
umbilical cords to get the good ending.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you
Ironically.
beat
Well,
the baby,
good
when you
ending.
Yeah,
beat the
good.
baby boss, can you use the dead body as a flail?
Yo,
You get a parasite off its body
Yeah,
that you can
you get
use
a
as a
parasite.
That
weapon.
is actually true. You
Only
can
if you
reach
turn your
into
head
its mother's
into a
stomach and pull out
Oh yeah,
acorn and
that's
start eating the shit out
that's
of
a
people.
covenant thing, right, Callie?
Yes.
Yeah. Also, there's an amygdala arm that you can use as a club.
Yeah.
Now that I think on it, a lot of stuff that I didn't think too much about in
Now we're getting back-
Bloodborne is really dark. Really dark.
People just suppress darkness a lot. Like we were talking about that in music recently during our DRG playthrough, just talking about like, yeah, those are just explicitly the lyrics of all those songs. Had you not noticed that that one's about that and that one's about that? It's like you just skipped over that. It's like, yeah, Foster the People had a #1 hit about a school shooting, and the Police had a song about sleeping with your teacher, and Disturbed has a song about domestic abuse and beating your children.
I mean,
it's called Down with the Sickness.
You can kind of see that one coming.
Down with the Sickness has a whole like weird interim.
Exactly what it was last year. In a much lighter example, people using "I'll Be Watching You" as a romantic song.
I can't go through here, can I?
No.
Fuck.
Just no.
People do that all the time. Yeah.
Why?
This stream is going to be so popular that Keith will get his second 50,000 within one day.
Wait, open.
Sure. And then we'll do it all over again.
Maybe he'll get mentioned by another Israeli channel.
Oh, did I drop the egg? Damn it.
That was weird.
I think I just got glitched out.
I heard a glitchy noise.
I pressed the touch screen to open my map. The map to flag a different camp because the one I was trying didn't work. And then it just like it dropped my egg and blew it up, but didn't pull out my map. My character on the screen was just staring at his map, but he didn't open up the map for me.
That just happened on the stream.
That was weird. He normally doesn't drop the egg when I do that.
Is Monster Hunter World recommended?
It's fun.
Depends.
It's also grindy as hell.
Yeah, it depends what you're into, really.
Yeah.
If you enjoy like super grindy stuff, it's really fun.
Hey Nox, there's this much.
It's like D&D 5e. It's more accessible for newbies, but you still have to be generally into D&D's thing in order to like it.
Yeah.
Okay, well then, yeah, sure. I might pick it up after I'm done picking up every other game in existence.
It's impressive that no one has succeeded so far at this.
What's your hopes and worries for the Dark Souls remaster?
You haven't unlocked yet. So.
It'll be.
I just hope they don't fuck up the Dark Souls remaster.
Yeah, I just hope it won't be shit.
They already have a Solar amiibo, so they're doing well so far.
The first one's getting remastered?
Yeah, Dark Souls 1. The classic.
I'm more disappointed by the idea that it might just be the same game.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Honestly, I'll be fine if they do something like Scholar of the First Sin.
Yeah,
that would be the ideal scenario, basically.
Yeah. I think they said they weren't doing that.
But
if they make
like they explicitly said they're not scholars.
Okay, if they add Dark Souls 3's combat system, I'm gonna flip shit. Honestly,
that would be very unlikely.
I'm gonna. I've gone on record many a time in the Discord about my hatred towards the Dark Souls 3 system.
From the mini clip we got in the direct the other day, it didn't look like.
Oh,
like
either the Dark Souls 3 engine nor the combat.
To add the combat system of Dark Souls 3 into it.
Can you please link me that?
It's supposedly not being made by From Software.
No, it's not. Yeah,
which means that if they made
changes,
changes, it'd be kind of a problem actually.
Yeah.
Hey, follow me real quick.
I mean, to be fair, From Software is making Shadows Die twice right now, so it's like it would be they're probably busy doing the more things that people will like even more. Probably. Well, we say that, but I mean, they know.
So I'd like to point out that I got really excited when that trailer dropped, and I showed my father, and my father just looked at me and went, "The fuck is this supposed to be?"
Oh, the reveal of the remastered.
And he was like, "This shows us nothing," and I was like, "I know, but it's
the promise."
What would you do though if they gave it the Dark Souls 2 combat system?
I'd be fine with that. I think I've said before that, objectively speaking, Dark Souls 2 is probably the best in the trilogy. I can't wait for the stream to bash my head in for that.
Yeah, we were at a podcast where all of us said that.
I like it.
Hear gunshots in the distance and Mona stops talking.
Oh yeah.
Mona, I put the link in chat.
Yeah, I saw.
When people bash Dark Souls 2, they're often ignoring... They're often overinflating elements of the other games, or they're focusing on the stuff that I just don't care about as much about. Like, the lore is not why I play any of the games. So I'm like, oh wow, it has the weakest lore. Oh wow, I guess I'll just break my disc in half now. I guess I'll just quit playing now.
The poison the elevator to a molten castle volcano thing is still rather hilarious, though.
I mean, As obviously Age Bomber guy, because we've all seen that video at this point.
Well, they kind of retroactively... They retroactively justify that stuff with the final DLC of Dark Souls 3, where the world doesn't make sense.
True, yeah.
Is this the camp that auto unlocks?
Oh, what?
You're getting support for your opinions in YouTube chat as well.
I'm pretty sure you need to unlock this camp by spending something.
So happy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. There was one camp here that unlocked automatically when you visited once.
But Dark Souls 2 plays fantastically. It has huge quantity of bosses. It's really tight and difficult and has a lot of fun, interesting scenarios and some of the best DLC made for any game ever.
Also, it can be played in different ways. You can do any of the... You can do it out of order.
It collectively has 4 campaigns now.
Jesus.
My thing about the lore is that I don't understand the lore to begin with without like someone sitting down and explaining it to me. So I give the least shits about that.
Well, the lore is a lie, but there is no lore.
Yeah. Most of it contradicts itself to begin with, and people that claim it makes sense are kind of like just selectively picking pieces of it.
I remember reading an article where they had an interview with the development team, and
there's a few people that need to get set up push to talk.
Because they wanted, like, when they read English fantasy books, a lot of Japanese people don't follow the writing, so they wanted to follow that sort of structure for the story of Dark Souls.
So basically, the people don't give a shit about the lore in most things. Right?
Sad, honestly.
That's one of the reasons why Dark Souls' voice acting is so good relative to us, because it's like Japanese game, but with natural English voice acting, because as he deliberately designed it that way.
This quest is designed by Satan.
So the Japanese don't even understand it then?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously they have Japanese subtitles, because those are on by default, but...
Well, yeah.
I love the Dark Souls lore if you take it for what it is, which is background window dressing.
Yeah.
Where you're like, wow, this is why I'm beating the ever-loving shit out of this giant crab.
For me, I'm just happy there's just enough story going on to add weight, so that when you have like a scene with Ludwig where you realize like he's some sort of like beastly madman, as is the want of that whole world, and then also he has that moment of like recollection of realizing who he is and pulling out the weapon and talking and stuff all of a sudden, like that has enough weight to just punch and make the boss fights feel awesome.
And that moment wouldn't have nearly enough weight if most of the bosses had been all talking before, but Ludwig being the exception to the rule especially made that so. Because most of the monsters just kind of scream at you like a husky.
Yeah, but I think like
none of them actually have any humanity left.
Dark Souls lore works so well because it's not distracting. I mean, it is if you want to get really into it. It's how do I say it? It's engaging, and you can have tension in it because the world's fucked. You're gonna have to fix it. That's the hook. Like that's good. There's tension and there's interesting characters, which is what you want.
I just got reminded of a game idea I had, where basically it's kind of a Dark Souls style game where everything, all the beasties, or maybe like a Monster Hunter style game where everything is giant dogs and they're all messy and stuff from being out in the wild. And instead of attacking them and stuff, you just have giant brushes or other dog cleaning implements, and you have to just clean them to perfection in order to succeed at quests.
I think we've talked about that before.
You could do that with Watership Down.
Hey, Wolf, can you set up push to talk? We're getting echoes off of you.
Yeah, I've kind of already muted Wolf.
I get so lost in this damn map. There's like spots I recognize in this region, but I can't put in my head how they'll link together.
Yeah. We've got another question from the YouTube chat. Do you have any interest in playing older games like SNES stuff?
Oh, somebody finished it. Yeah. I'm not against older games, but I'm not really a platformer person, and that's a significant portion of older games.
What about more? I'd say
because all the platformers that feel the best are more recent nowadays.
What about Silent Hill?
Well, that's way newer than SNES.
Oh, yeah, but still, it's relatively old.
Oh, I'm way more likely to play Dreamcast and PS1 type games and PS2 games.
Yeah,
I've been figuring out how to set up a proper PS2 recording setup so I can play Onimusha and stuff like that. But then there's also the constant struggle of, do I play the games everyone's shouting at me to play, or do I go and randomly decide to play Dark Messiah this week, or Onimusha, and just skip half of the year's new releases?
Do you submit to your audience, or do you have fun?
I mean,
kind of,
he already submits to his audience 1/6 of the time, so...
I've talked about it a few times where, like, when I talk about playing older games, whenever people have the request to play older games, they usually have a really specific game in mind, and it's never the same game anyone else is asking for. And so, like, everyone has a really specific older game. Like you're the one man in the entire world that wants me to play Mischief Makers, and it's like, oh shit. So, like, yeah, everyone has a very specific nostalgia. So, even when I do play older games, I don't play the right older games, and then people are still disappointed. And so
then someone nominated Zelda, and the opposite of that happened.
Well, Zelda's different, because the world collectively refused to ever let go of Zelda.
I'm getting annoyed by Zelda because of how fucking much you've played it.
It's just ridiculous.
As well, like a year of playing it.
I mean, yeah, but that's sweet Patreon money, though.
Yeah. So, yeah,
I gotta say, they're not that different from each other as games, so marathoning them doesn't really benefit anyone, and that you don't get any of the magic of, like, oh man, it's been 5 years, a new Zelda game's coming out. It's like, oh man, it's been 2 weeks. Time to play another Zelda game. Guess what? I'm gonna collect like 4 glowy crystals and get like a hook shot and hit I'm gonna shoot the eyeball and push a block. And I'm the chosen one. Now I've got the sword halfway through the game that changes no mechanics, but looks a little different. And now I'm allowed to beat things.
I think, to be fair, I think the Master Sword usually does double damage compared to the basic.
That's boring though.
I know.
But
let's do something really quick and easy.
I think the best thing about Breath of the Wild is that it changed every the format. Boss. Like, it was actually different for once.
Oh wait, no.
What was that?
Breath of the Wild.
That was low rank. Whoops.
Yeah, that's why it was so huge, because it was so different.
Yeah.
It's rough seeing how similar the other 3 have been overall.
Yeah.
The only Zelda
64s, right?
The only Zelda title that I would be excited to see pop up on the little Patreon thing is the DLC for Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah.
Which ironically is like only made less valuable to Keith the more Zelda games come before that one without upgrade.
So basically you're tarnishing the good memories of the good game by playing all these old boring games.
Do you think, Keith, that if you played the Breath of the Wild DLC right now, right after Twilight Princess, it would ruin it for you?
I don't know if it'd ruin it for me, but it probably wouldn't be as good as it would have been to just, like, play it fresh without marathoning 150 episodes of other Zelda between it and the other 150 episodes of Breath of the Wild.
Hey, don't worry, Keith. After 400 more episodes, you'll be done with Zelda forever.
Nah, the audience has collectively decided they don't care about two-dimensional Zelda games, apparently. Because they've never voted for one.
Okay, then I'll lower that to 200 more hours? I don't know how many 3D
I mean, it's basically one person nominating each game as the person chooses right now, so they're kind of just following the leader there, basically.
Yeah. There's been a couple of double nominations, though. Like, we had Majora's Mask at least once, and it didn't get voted for.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd actually be okay to see Majora's Mask, but that's just because I'm into weird shit.
I think I know another reason why Majora's Mask got skipped so often, because Keith had such a hard time with Ocarina controls that maybe people decided they didn't want to see him trashing the game for having relatively similar, if perhaps tightened up controls, and so that's probably why they decided to skip to a more modern Zelda.
Yeah, probably. By the way, Callie, unrelated to the Zelda talk. Thanks for giving me the keys to FTL. It's really fun.
Oh, thank you. FTL, yes, I forgot. I thought it was into the... No, yeah, I gave you FTL, yes.
It's really fun.
Thank you, no problem.
Buy that.
I genuinely didn't expect it because most roguelike games I hate. Like, I really find them boring. It just works. This one works, which is good.
Yeah, FTL is one of my favorite roguelikes as well, and also one of the only ones I have.
FTL is very neat, but every single time I play it, I'm like ready to never play it again. And it's not even like the game specifically puts me off or rejects me. It just feels final every time for some reason. And I'm like, all right, I'm done.
I mean,
to be fair, it often does basically reject you with that final boss, like, Jesus.
I've only gotten to the second sector so far, out of any number of them.
Yeah, don't necessarily expect to win against the final boss the first time unless you're very...
I've seen the footage of the boss. It's like a multi-phase thing, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a dickish one at that.
Yeah.
It's very satisfying to finish.
It's basically free, though.
Yeah, I remember hearing about basically where FTL could have been a lot improved in Final Selection if instead of one single flagship that you had to beat over all everything else, you had instead several powerful ships that were like the pinnacle of each possible build. Like one that was so specialized into drones and one that was specialized into hacking or something, and like have these ultimate tier
that actually
ships
sounds nice.
around the area, and you can pick which ones to beat. And once you've beaten enough of them, it's kind of like the grid into the breach, where the network eventually collapses once you've killed enough of them.
Or here's the thing. I like that concept. Like, I know there's the enhanced scanners. If you have those, it shows you what kind of specialized ships they are. If it's not, wait. So the last sector is you diving directly into their fleet, right? Like undetected or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you can choose to, if you have advanced scanners, avoid some ships to get to like a last big ship. That's not a three-phase thing necessarily, but just more tough. And if you don't have that or something else, because one specific upgrade ain't that fun. If you have something else, it's more tough. Like you get to fight other ships.
I mean, I don't know.
Make the fleet an entire sector with many like little ship fights instead of one giant fight. That could be.
I was trying to wonder because, like, obviously the final zone had repair zones where you could actually get safety. I don't know how they'll be able to do it with that concept, but.
No. You have like ships. Like, how do you go to stars or planets? Like, yeah, you get it.
Mm-hmm.
You have certain that are ships and certain that are like docking areas, and you go there to refill on your stuff. There
makes sense.
FTL is actually related to the previous topic of like, do I do the thing that people keep talking about, or do I just like randomly wander off to play a weird old game? Because I'm like, I want to play Dark Messiah, and everyone's like, but Into the Breach, and I'm like, because literally the moment I finish playing any other game, it will be just enough time that a different game is the highly requested thing, and then Into the Breach is forgotten by time immediately. Like that kind of stuff happens.
Yeah.
It's kind of a shitty game, though.
On the eternal list.
There's too many video games.
When are you playing Doki Doki Literature Club?
Exactly. That was the big example of like a game like, oh wow, everyone's asking about it every day, and then you wait 1 week and no one asks for it ever again.
Yeah.
Because they're over it.
Theory.
Because it's shitty.
There's no point. MatPat did a game theory.
Oh, I found it.
That's the end all be all.
Found the
games
game.
One interesting thing about
like that happened with shit. I want to say Valley of Defilement. What's the two-dimensional comedy RPG game that's got like something of depression or desolation or
Undertale?
No.
Lisa?
No, that's not a comedy game.
More depression. That's more depression.
It depends on your sense. No.
Shit, a bird played it because he was like a follower of the comic that the guy made. I don't know. Shit. There's there's so many West of Loathing. There we go. Like I got a request every day of that game from different people for like 1 week, and then never got mentioned ever again.
I don't. Jesus, like I don't understand some of these requests.
Every week there's just people are super into something, and then but there's so many video games that it just gets forgotten by time immediately afterwards. Yeah. It's brutal.
You kept saying comedy, and I kept thinking like Limbo.
Like I used to say, don't freak out about any individual playthrough because it's not really happening.
A 3D survival comedy, I would say Resident Evil 7. That game's hilarious.
You said Limbo. I know I wasn't laughing my ass off the entirety of Limbo.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious. I like the part where the child gets impaled lengthwise by a spider leg somehow.
Yeah.
Question mark?
Getting that
might actually be like a Cannibal Holocaust reference.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward.
I used to say that like an individual playthrough, like don't freak out about it because just because I play one game you don't like doesn't happen at the expense of another game, but actually it totally does. Like, every time I play a game, that's another game that will never get played just because time is spent on a thing. And once I started trying to catalog it, it was just it's impossible.
Games you play at launch but then get DLC, like
do you play the DLC?
Yeah, when's that Fury video coming out? I've been waiting for it for a year now.
Do I play this hot, new, interesting game that I'm really into, or do I go right back to Horizon Zero Dawn, which I was already lukewarm on, and play, like, now it's in the snow? Which, as far as I can tell, is what the DLC is.
So it's Crisis Warhead, right?
There's like
the Crisis games, honestly.
There's like the Frozen Wilds.
They're good.
I was going to say with FTL, this is a while back, but do you know like there was I think it's a fairly canon theory basically, where the reason why you're so good relative to other pilots is because there's the secret thing that you took from the flagship was an artificial intelligence system, and that's why you can target ships like other things can't, and you're the ship, you're the artificial. Single member of the crew can die, almost every single member anyway, and you can still maintain yourself mostly.
So there's like there still needs to be human contact. The ship can't operate by itself, but it's mostly autonomous. That's actually a good theory.
Yeah, my theory is actually that they stole the flagship AI itself, which is why I know about it, because they're designed for the flagship. That's why the flagship has like automated function, because that one was designed to operate without humans, but because someone stole the flagship AI, it had to be run by a crew in the meantime and had a crude basic robot AI as a substitute, but you actually stole the main primary core, and that's why your ship is the only one that can take it down too, because that's its own AI.
Yeah,
so it knows more than anything else.
That makes a lot of sense.
And here I thought it was ghosts.
It definitely ain't no fucking indoctrination theory.
We got another interesting question from the YouTube chat. How do you come up with which games might be interesting?
It's a shit show, is the answer.
Because there's like, as you said, there's way too many video games. Like, you have 200,000 games people want you to play, like Zero Escape 2 more and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's more shit coming out.
When are you playing Zero Escape?
It's just like you basically throw a dartboard on the wall, right?
Why haven't you played the Fury DLC yet?
Oh, that's a personal vendetta by me.
When are you gonna play Darkest Dungeon: The Crimson Court? When are you gonna finish Stranger of Sword City?
I'm more like the idea of nonary games too.
Like I said before, this is literally the reason why I've been holding back on nomination for Hollow Knight for so long. So every single DLC can be accumulated in one place, apart from the one that's a second campaign anyway.
Also Shovel Knight. That's
the secret is I just pick something arbitrarily half the time, and then the only real filter is my slot system of it's a puzzle slot, so pick a puzzle game next and stuff like that. Or not a slot at all in some cases.
I feel like
you've almost been the 4-2ing yourself in some ways, because your slot system was initially. Now your own rules have slowly been eating up games into certain slots, and and soon every single slot will have its own game, and there will be no freedom. There will be all restriction.
Like,
every game will have its own genre.
I feel like on the topic of Darkest Dungeon, because of course you knew I had to bring this up once. First of all, it's a game that's best played once and then left for 5 years and then played again. Because, you'd
have forgotten by then.
My issue is there's just some games that aren't actually designed to be beaten. Which is awkward when you're doing a let's play and you get to the game that you're not actually ever supposed to beat. You're just supposed to mindlessly play it forever on your phone or something.
The thing with Darkest Dungeon is I I'd argue that the first half of your first playthrough, when you don't know what the fuck you're doing and everybody's dying, that's the best part of the entire game. Because that's the point of the game. Like,
yeah, Darkest Dungeon, Darkest Dungeon, and XCOM both have an issue where like they're just way more risky and intense at the beginning of the game, and over the course of the campaign you just get really comfortable, and certain tactics always work, and your characters are upgraded.
Darkest Dungeon is way more RNG based. Like with XCOM, you have a good like team.
But we still saw my playthrough where like I went like hours and hours and hours without ever really risking losing anyone.
Yeah,
like it was so comfortable and boring.
That's what stops me from watching a Dark Souls playthrough to its Darkest Dungeon playthrough to its completion every single time, because it just gets so unchanging,
that's
uninteresting.
It's the grind fest.
Like the way I'm doing it right now, I'm revisiting it. I open the game, I play one mission or two, then I close it. That's it.
This is gonna be real awkward if I find out that this is supposed to be a capture mission and I forgot.
Cool.
I played XCOM Enemy Within the completion, the quote-unquote completion, a single time.
Oh yeah.
That completion was everyone in my squad died and I got the bad ending, but that felt like the realest ending to me, so I have not played it since because everything else felt fake.
Cool.
With XCOM you mean, yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, like, at least with XCOM, there's a satisfying gameplay loop. Like, once you get into the groove of, like, mission base, it's, like, very enthralling.
Yeah.
With Darkest Dungeon, you have mission that's the same thing every time, and it's boring. And then base for half a minute, and then go back to mission. Before that, you have to pick out your loadout, which takes half an hour because you have to factor in every
manually
fucking thing.
Put your crew together.
Yeah, manually put your crew together. Figure out their stats. Figure out their items. Are they in gear? Get your stuff for that specific dungeon.
Like I talked about it when I was playing XCOM and Darkest Dungeon at the same time. That like I found that I preferred XCOM 2's structure significantly more because you're like, you push time forward, missions happen at you, and you basically choose to do them or not do them, and there's specific consequences if you don't do them and stuff like that. And you're picking your crew from whoever's currently healthy, and like there's a lot of decisions are kind of made for you, and you're filtering through, and it feels like you're just like. It feels like you're just trying to catch stuff that's falling, basically, and just trying to scramble through the campaign. Whereas Darkest Dungeon, it's like,
that's the
here's your 20 characters, and you can basically use all of them, and here's 7 missions to pick from, and you can pick any of them, and it doesn't matter which ones you don't pick, because there's no consequences for anything. You're just kind of picking arbitrary places to grind that are quests that were randomly generated, like Fallout 4 quests, basically.
Oh, Jesus.
And then you can just quit them if you feel like it, and just run away from them too, and it's not that big of a deal. And what you're accomplishing is that some progress bar somewhere kind of fills a little bit. It's like, what is the campaign structure? And I'm so confused.
Yeah, this makes me really wish a couple of things, actually. One, that bosses like actually influenced the entire dungeon they happened stationed in. Like they just, they could get there. They weren't just happened to be hanging out in some room, but they actually had a presence that infected the entire dungeon they were in and like changed it in a unique way. And like even if it did repeat 3 times, which I kind of wish they didn't do that, but it would at least make each dungeon like kind of interesting. Ooh.
I think that's one of the biggest contributors to how this repetitive the game feels, is every boss is repeated 3 times, only with stat changes, and every enemy is only with fucking stat changes. There's like 2 enemies that are added.
Fight the same boss 3 times, which made sense when there was only 3 bosses in the whole game because it was early access, but then they just kept it. And like, why'd you do that? Don't keep that.
There's like 15 bosses.
I mean, it's like 6 bosses now, wasn't it? And then obviously technically added more.
There used to be one boss per entire region in the original version.
Each region has 2 bosses that happen 3 times.
It's brutal.
Keith, have you gone to the Darkest Dungeon? Have you gone?
No, I found that was the moment I quit. Was when I heard about the Darkest Dungeon, and I'm like, oh, great. So after all this hundreds of episodes of grinding, because at that point I'm already like 150 episodes in, when I get to the end, every time anyone even steps in there, whether I succeed or fail, they can't ever do Darkest Dungeon again, and I have to make new characters. I'm like, this is just an infinite grind.
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
Yeah, that's why I think that they're basically supposed to encourage you to basically make them fight until they die, because...
I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go play Primordia.
Yeah.
It'll be over in like 10 episodes.
Wait, Primordia? Was that seriously when you finished Darkest Dungeon?
No. That's just the concept of that's the concept of the thought process of like how to reallocate my time. Like, I can play the infinite grinding game that has no real structure and keeps adding infinite grinding with every patch, or I could just stop and play anything else.
Or you can play something that's equally infinitely grinding, also known as Call of Duty. You can play COD. It'll be the same amount of fun.
Grinding is the thirdest reason a series gets cancelled. That or Atlas says that they'll destroy my channel.
Oh yeah.
Or it's Dynasty Warriors 9.
Or it's, well, that was also grinding, but it was also literally I couldn't find the fun.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it. It was hiding somewhere.
I mean, Dynasty Warriors 9 is basically when Ubisoft Syndrome finally became terminal, it seems.
Like, if I literally can't find the fun in a game, then at some point I just leave.
Yeah. The thing is, like, that's a damn shame because as someone who's actually finished Darkest Dungeon, those last 4 dungeons, they're genuinely cool. They're, like, genuinely really nice to play through because the enemies, first of all, they're different from the other enemies. They look cool as hell. They're tough as hell. And, and there's, like, each quest is pre-built. Like, each of the 4 missions is pre-built and is completely unique. Like, the first one is
free relics.
No. The first one is get to a boss and kill the boss. That's normal, right? Fairly
I have to
standard.
mute this now, so hang on.
The second one is...
Bye.
Okay, bye, Callie. Yeah. The second one is you have, like, the talismans of flame or whatever. And you have to do that, equip them, or your allies are fucked against a specific move. So it's basically unique. It has unique shit, which makes it good. And the third one, which is the only dungeon in the game that, from what I know, is classified as, I think, gargantuan. There's 3 firewood. There's 3 times to rest, and it's a giant maze. And it's really cool. And
but they hide it behind 200 hours of bullshit.
Yeah, basically. It's Borderlands, effectively.
Yeah, how long did it take?
Oh, I guess, it took me about 100 weeks of actual playtime, actual missions. So I'd say about 50, 60 hours.
It's horrifying.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Their own estimate of how long the game is horrifying when they talk about it.
It's
like,
80 hours. A couple hundred.
Like normally the game's a billion hours long, but if you play the new Radiant mode, then it'll be slightly less than a billion hours long.
Radiant mode is mostly just basically you get through quicker because you know that annoying certain characters are too prideful to go into lower level dungeons, right?
That also was one of the big reasons I quit the game, was because of the fact that, like, they have a completely nonsensical structure where it's like, oh, you have new characters? Well, all these characters arbitrarily can't go on quest together because they don't feel like it, basically.
I mean, it makes sense, honestly it makes sense if you look at it from a lore reason, because they're battle-hardened veterans, quote-unquote.
The issue, though, is that it's another thing that just, like, arbitrarily is another gate on a series of 500 different gates that just stop you from being able to do what you want most of the time, or incur more grinding because a group of people can't go on a mission together. So it's like, oh, well, you want that one Vestal to be the level to go on your mission? Well, you need to make a whole group of friends just for that one Vestal so they can level up.
Oh, yeah.
Because your other people are too cool.
In my one save slot that has the game beaten, I'm currently just, like, fucking around with the Crimson Court and getting every district or whatever, the thing they added in the Crimson Court. The thing is, I have a couple of people who are level 3, and all my other people are level 6. So I have to wait for the stagecoach to have randomly level 3 people.
And then I don't remember what the exact scenario anymore was, but people were saying that like part of the game is like when you're in the specific scenario I was talking about, you're just supposed to like let certain characters go, and it's like nothing's more fucked than me having to delete a character because the game wasn't good enough to kill it.
Yeah, that's the thing. In the run I finished it. Basically, in the early game, if my formula is if a guy has too much XP in the early game, or he has 3 faults or quirks, negative quirks, I fuck him. I fuck him, jeez. I disband him. He's gone.
Fuck him for his quirks.
Yeah, fuck him for his quirks. He's just gone. And so the thing is, you want to stall so fucking hard that you get every boss of every region available, and then you start upgrading your items first and actually getting level 1 and 2 people. That's how you win. It's stupid.
It's too up its ass with it's up its ass with progression mechanics in a way that most JRPGs even aren't.
Yeah.
And it's like there's so many barriers between you and the actual fun part of the game that you have to spend, and you have to spend all your time with the not fun part of the game to get back to the fun part of the game. And at some point, that just means you shouldn't have that part of the game anymore.
Yep. The thing is, they were too committed in chasing their vision. In their vision of like...
oh, Jesus. Well, that ruined everything.
Yeah, that's the thing. That basically their vision fucked them over, indirectly.
They committed too hard.
Yeah.
I should have known Mona would turn this into a Darkest Dungeon stream.
Of course he would. It's his entire personality.
It was.
If it helps, we've got a question from the YouTube channel.
Oh my god. Sorry.
Will you play Yakuza 6?
No.
Never.
The answer they're looking for, in terms of what they're looking for as an answer, the answer is no. But the answer is eventually yes. I'm gonna play them in order because that's how you do a story. And the release schedule is weird, so they're making Kiwami 2 after 6, so obviously I'm gonna play Kiwami 2 after 6, which means that I won't be playing 6 until after I play Kiwami 2, and then 3, 4, and 5.
Jesus.
So
actually,
functionally, for their purposes, the answer is no.
Keith is going to cancel Yakuza and replace it with Shenmue.
Oh yeah, and then Zero Escape.
There's a lot of Yakuza games, and they're a chronological story of one person's life, so you can't just skip from chapter 1 to chapter 6, which is exactly what would be happening if I played 6 when it came out.
Are you gonna play the zombie Yakuza game?
Maybe. It's the first one I've ever... It's the one I own. I have a physical copy of it.
Jesus.
It's probably not even a canon one, so...
Yeah, okay, but if I'm already going to be late, there's no real reason to hurry.
Yeah, one last...
but I want to see it.
One last thing of note regarding Darkest Dungeon, I'm sorry.
How dare you?
Radiant... sorry, I'm sorry, my lord. The thing that Radiant mode has is basically the level 1 dungeons, right? Level 3 and 4 people can go there, and the level 3 dungeons, anyone can go. Which actually makes the game better than the normal mode. They should make that the normal thing.
They should delete about 80% of the game's content. Not its content. It's just its campaign. Because you could delete 80% of its campaign without actually removing any of the real actual content, because those are different things, unfortunately.
But Keith, then I won't have to fight the same boss 3 times with minor stat changes.
No. Oh yeah. As Callie pointed out, in the Darkest Dungeon doesn't restrict people from coming back on Radiant.
Oh, thank you, Jesus Christ alive. I mean, it makes sense from a sort of narrative perspective that someone would jump in there, come out, and be like, fuck that. Yeah. But also, from a gameplay perspective, no.
Yeah, basically they prioritize making a good story, like at least an interesting story to me, and a nice, like, thematic, or the, whatever they would, vision, right? They prioritize that over a fun game, which is a mistake.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm done with Darkest Dungeon.
It's basically the Hand of Fate problem.
Yeah.
Which, get ready for a big old long rant about this topic we just had at the end of Hand of Fate. Because Hand of Fate literally runs out of content, but then has a whole other half of a campaign to go. It has no new ideas, it has no new fights, it has no new scenarios, it has no new content, but it just keeps going for another, like, other half of the game. And
why?
It's amazing. Like, when you do the strength mission in the first half of the game, it's not even at the halfway point yet. That's like, that is the last new enemy you'll ever see, is that giant.
It's horrible sounding.
Yeah, and it keeps going and going. I'm like, why? No, you can't just make the campaign 3 times as long as the content. It has to end.
Yeah.
As much as I love hearing you break down and have half an hour long rants about things, this one sounds less Final Fantasy 15. You slowly breaking down.
Those are fun. Those are fun when the story collapses under its own weight and nothing works, as opposed to the campaign just not having anything.
Also known as the 999 effect.
Yeah.
And I mean,
the most controversial series I've ever done.
At least 15 sort of picked its story back up at the end.
Here's an event announcement. I'm kind of lighting a fire under Andrew's ass to do Zero Escape.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's public now, Andrew.
No. I genuinely, that was
you
that
did
was one
it.
of
It's
my
your
favorite
fault.
Series, period.
It's
like,
your
I didn't
fault.
do so fucking funny.
Because you're all like, by the way, I might move. And it's like, well, then fuck, we gotta finish it then.
Oh, come on.
Because until then, it was like when Andrew feels like it. But now you're like, I'm leaving the country, maybe. I'm like, well, then I guess we better get busy.
Well, maybe that's why I was leaving, Keith. Maybe that was
just
why.
to escape the future 999.
Yeah.
If you rip this band-aid off, you just don't move.
That's why he smashed his computer when he came back.
We gotta finish the trilogy, and each game gets longer. Actually, no, the second one's longer and the third one's shorter, I think.
Just had a mental image.
We gotta know how bad the story gets, Andrew. Because it almost certainly just gets worse.
There was literally a zombie just hanging out inside of the desert in Nevada from...
No, it was a mummy.
In sync. What? I mean, what are the difference?
Get real,
It's okay, Andrew. The entire story happened that way because it had to. That was the reason.
But it didn't. The story didn't
the real
happen.
reason the story gave was that everything that happened because it had to.
I haven't seen the series. Is it time travel shenanigans?
Oh boy.
No, that's actually the twist is kinda.
Oh man.
It's basically an incompetent writer writing a story.
I didn't know anything could feel
story.
worse than the experience of watching the Danganronpa anime, but it spiraled out of control by the end. I had fun though. That's the type of series I like to make. I had a great time.
Remember, like I don't know if you remember, probably don't. A highlight of mine was what is it? You had like half an hour left until the entire ship blows up, quote unquote.
And then like 2 hours of gameplay.
And then you had
happened.
like 2 hours of talking in the library. Like, what the fuck are you on about? Just random
Let's just have chill conversations because time doesn't matter.
Hey guys,
my favorite part is when the entire scenario is over and we're finally, and there's a billion new questions because nothing makes sense, and we're like, maybe we'll get our answers, and then they gag the person who has all the answers.
Oh yeah.
And they ungag him for just a second to be all like, hey you, what's the answer behind this thing? And they're like, boring, and then they gag him again. I'm like, what? He has all the answers. How dare you?
Oh yeah, remember that time that they wasted the first hour just fucking arguing? An hour and a half, sorry.
Literally, too. Not even just in-game time of like, oh no, time is passing. This game sure is slow-paced. It's like, no, the game actually acknowledges, by the way, it's been an hour and a half. I'm like, what?
And so the awful pacing is part of the experience.
Yes.
I remember when I go to an escape room where I just stand still and do nothing for an hour, and then the bell rings and I lose, and then I go home.
It's not a bug. It's a feature.
It's the authentic escape room experience.
Oh god, shut the fuck up, Todd.
Todd Howard.
Yeah.
The Jesus of the internet world. Todd Howard, the Ajit Pai of the gaming world.
No, not that far.
I don't think you can mass invite people to your guild, can you? I have to click on every person individually.
Look, I don't want to take Todd Howard out in my backyard, kneel him down and shoot him in the head.
Okay. You want to take him to a back alley street, shovel him to death, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
Chat, we already played Sonic and the Dark Knight and had our meltdown.
Black Knight.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say Sonic Unleashed.
It's the one Sonic game we like rage quit. or Andrew rage quit.
And Aaron. And Aaron did.
You all attempted to swing the goddamn stick at the stupid knight.
We got to the big like Arthur on a horseback fight, and none of us could do the QuickTime event that happens in the fight. Like it just wouldn't work or something, and that's why I hate motion controls. Is when you're doing motion controls and it's a QuickTime event, you're like, I don't know what you like. In what way is my gesture wrong, or is the timing wrong, or what's going wrong, and you just can't tell, and that's horrible.
Is it the last boss or?
It's the last boss before the credits roll, and then the game's not actually over, and then it keeps going.
Yeah,
because that's just a thing games do all the time now. Is they just pretend to end. Everyone's near now.
Is there like 5 campaigns of random shit?
As a child. Robot Sonic. Oh god, wait, that's already a thing.
Yeah, Mechasonic or Metal Sonic.
Sonic Automata was here all the time, all along.
And there's Rose Gold Sonic, and there's Bowser Sonic, and
Jesus.
Sorry, explain that last.
No, I'm just saying words.
Oh.
Basically, X the Hedgehog is a thing.
And there's Azure Sonic and Pink Sonic and Rathalos Sonic.
You know what was really?
Hey, look, it's the best monster design in all of Monster Hunter. The electric flying squirrel lizard.
Okay.
I mean, we also have our first owner.
I really wonder how the chat reacted to me hijacking the entire voice chat, basically, to talk about Darkest Dungeon.
No one seemed to care.
No one gave a shit.
People, there's probably gonna be some level of like, I came here for Keith and he's only talking sometimes, or something.
Yeah, at least it was interesting.
It's mostly this one random guy who's annoying.
You came here for Keith.
And
got me occasionally.
You too can come in here and be annoying.
Yeah, you came here for Keith. What you stay for is the moon, please. Jesus.
Hey, everyone's staying here for me. Don't kid yourself.
Oh, okay, good point.
Oh, it's the electric squirrel.
He's awesome. He's the best
Oh,
thing.
words are hard.
And I'm here with Kasumi, one of my favorite DOA characters.
Does anyone else seem vaguely unimpressed by Into the Breach?
Me?
I haven't even seen it.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a terrible game.
Yeah, it doesn't. It feels vaguely unimpressive.
Is it like Binding of Isaac?
No.
In terms of lore.
People comparing it to chess a lot.
Oh no.
It's okay. So it's like Advance Wars, but if Advance Wars was mostly centered on attacks moving the positioning of your enemies.
Oh no.
It's just a puzzle, like, attack game.
Yeah,
like Crypto the Necrodancer?
No.
I've never played that, so I'm just assuming.
What? That's a super different game in general.
Sorry. My bad.
That'd be. I'm interested. This idea of FTL developers making a Crypt of the Necrodancer type game. That'd be interesting.
Oh,
FTL, but everything's on a beat.
Oh my god. No, oh my god, make it like Baby Driver, but a game.
Baby Driver Star Trek Simulator.
Yeah, Baby Driver in the FTL universe, made by the guys
Files
from
weren't
FTL.
AI, they were sick-ass playlists.
I mean, somebody made FTL Hearthstone, and it became the top game of the beginning of this year, seemingly.
What? What game?
Play the Spire.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I played that before anyone else did. I was the first. I
You
was
were the
special,
incubator.
but I never played it again after that day.
Good job.
You know, I quite like that series. Well, I don't remember if it was a series or one video.
It was one session that I split into videos, but it was from our extra live stream. I just had an advanced code of it, and I just played it, and there was no hype for it because nobody knew what it was yet.
I think that was the first series of yours that I have watched as it came out.
Interesting. What was I gonna? Oh yeah, the thing I was gonna ask Keith you during the Dark Souls conversation. What are your favorite bosses in the Pentology? I guess.
Pentology.
If you include all of them.
It's always too long of a list to try to even think through. There's so many bosses
give me
now.
one boss.
Well, I said Ludwig earlier.
Yeah, I know that for Bloodborne. Was it Demon Souls?
Best Demon Souls boss?
For you, at least, not objectively.
The first one.
Andrew likes Phalanx because it's the one he beat.
No. Second one.
The only one he beat.
The first one he beat before the PS3 shit itself. Sorry, I'm coughing.
Oh, that's such a weird game. I'm trying to think through its weird list of bosses.
Aren't they mostly gimmick fights?
There's a lot of gimmick fights. It's always tempting to say Tower Knight just because of the scenario and watching that asshole threaten you with his 500 archers after you already saw the mega boss. Like, there's already a mega boss, and he's like, yeah, but I'm smug, and here's 500 archers, and now the soundtrack's laughing at you, which is great.
Yeah, that sounds like a really cool boss.
Like, the actual soundtrack is making fun of you, basically, for even trying to play it.
I haven't played Demon Souls, so I wouldn't know how to say personally, but for Dark Souls 1, it's Artorias, easily. He's the fucking best fight.
Oh, is that anime guy?
Anime guy? Oh yeah, flippy broken arm anime guy.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite fight in the entire series, because first of all, he's tough as shit, like tough as nails once you fight him.
He's the moment where every boss became hype anime boss from that point on.
But once you beat him, you just want to fight him again, because he's so goddamn fun to fight.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Moving on to DS2, I really do think the best boss DS2 was definitely the Covetous Demon.
Oh, fuck off.
I've never played Dark Souls 2, I've just seen that fight and cried.
I think, without a doubt, Smelter Demon for me. It's basically Artorias more of Artorias.
I mean,
and I like it.
Hydra boss fight is the best boss fight.
Yeah, sure.
Hydra is clearly the worst one, that's for sure.
Oh, no, I know the best fight. Seath's first fight, where you have to die.
This makes sense. This is an understandable mechanic for a game. Yeah, just kill yourself.
Kill yourself.
You can only...
Do you have to, though?
Seath's
fight... I from what I know, you have to die. And
that is the only time that going to a message board and asking how to beat a boss is in which kill yourself is indeed the correct answer.
Yeah, try jumping. Literally.
All right, folks. I'm gonna go off to bed. So have fun.
All right.
It's 1 a.m.
From the very little I've... Oh, bye.
Congrats again on 50K, Keith.
Yeah. Yeah, congrats, Keith.
Okay, why is somebody named Keith Ballard 2?
That's Andrew.
It is Andrew. I was about to rename you because I thought it was somebody else.
Go report to ecological
no,
all right, I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna name you. I don't even know. I'm not a creative person.
From the very little I've played of DS3.
Oh, what?
Pontiff Sullivan is my favorite fight so far.
Pontiff's great.
Pontiff's a really cool boss. I don't like fighting him that much. I find him a bit annoying, like, to actually fight, but he's a definitely cool boss.
Yeah.
I think my favorite in 3 is... it's a very strict split. It's either, what's his face? The last DLC, last boss.
Gale.
Yeah, Gale. He's Artorias. It's clearly just Artorias with a red cape.
He's fantastic.
Artorias and Maria.
Yeah, Artorias and Maria with a red cape, and it's really fucking cool. But I think my favorite is for Nameless King, because that boss is pretty much the only boss in the base game that felt like a Souls fight to me, where I had to beat myself against a wall for a couple of hours until I beat it.
As someone who has only gotten to Pontiff Sullivan, and that is the last fight I accomplished so far, I am dreading that fight.
Oh, that fight is so fucking tough if you don't know what you're doing, but it's so cool.
So I think it sounds like it's going to be one of those fights where
you don't like it.
You hate it. No, you hate it while you're doing it, and then you come away and you're like, "Damn, I wish I could do that again."
Yeah, it's basically Artorias. Like, after fighting it, you want to fight it again. Because
nothing fucks with you quite as much as struggling with a boss for days, and then on your next playthrough you one-shot them, and you don't understand how that's possible.
In the interest of being screamed at by the YouTube chat, I've been stuck on ROM in Bloodborne for actual months.
I had more trouble with ROM after I beat him.
How?
I wasn't sure why. Every time I fought him since the first one, I've had less luck fighting him. Like, he's such a, like, instant death gimmick, weird, chaos, bizarre fight.
I feel like that's most magic users in Bloodborne.
Yeah, that's my thing, is like...
that's the thing, I see, like, footage of Mikolash, right? Yeah, Mikolash, and his star power move looks like such bullshit.
Like, that also happened to me with, what is it? The battle with, the sages from Dark Souls 3?
Oh my god, the first time I fought them, they kicked my ass up.
I think I destroyed them on my first try, or at least relatively quickly, but I've died so many times since then.
It's either stupidly easy, or you even wonder why it's a boss, or he hits you with one crystal spear, and then another, and then another, and then another.
I mean, in the co-op playthrough, we had to try over and over again for like a couple hours, basically. I remember. And then when we'd finally beat him, he'd glitch out and not die, and then we'd have to quit.
Was a good point.
As someone
it was a nightmare.
In your DS3 playthrough, like a month before actually playing the game, I'm pretty sure you almost immediately killed the Crystal Sage, and when I got to the same fight, and it was like, you're gonna die 12 times, I was like, what? I was crying and watching your playthrough.
The thing
what am I doing wrong?
As I've like said many a time, the best thing about Dark Souls 3, at least for me, it's fucking pretty. Like, it's really, really pretty.
Oh my god, is it?
It's so beautiful. And then the gameplay comes in, and it's like an abusive drunk husband.
Does anyone know where the Forgotten Fossil is?
No.
I'm just
I don't play weed games.
I'm like scraping the map around right now. I'm like, I can't. Where is it?
I think I had more fun in Bloodborne fighting the church lady directly before Rom fight than I did Rom herself.
I forget Rom is a she.
Yeah, Rom is in fact a woman.
Yeah, it's like fucking Jesus.
Those are on the tippy top of list of the annoying people in the world, are the people that correct you about the gender of an incomprehensible monster.
Oh yeah, I know I'm gonna bring up the worst game to ever exist, but it's like League, right? There's a character called Rek'Sai, and it's a fucking void thing that you don't even know what it is, and it's a she. And the only way you know that is because the devs tell you. like what's the point?
At least Rom has like in-game stuff that's like, Rom was a lady before she, got lobotomized and turned into a big ugly maggot spider.
Shit, I guess this is one of those missions where you just pick them up.
When you're busy being sad.
Yeah, that's fair.
Basically, if you don't know, the gameplay loop for League is start game, die, be sad for 40 minutes, repeat.
Oh, and get called slurs.
Oh yeah. Especially if you're with Polish people. Those motherfuckers are chat storms.
I have played League once in my life. That was with my good friend, who we then stuck to be good friends.
Oh yeah.
Why do they even make missions like that?
What?
I just did a mission where all you do is pick up 4 pieces of fossil and the whole mission ends.
I don't know. That sounds terrible.
It wasn't even one of the missions where you pick them up and you haul them. I think the person just picked them up like instantly.
That's a literal fetch quest, right?
Because Keith, they have to test your ability to press the button when they tell you.
It's so weird because it's a high rank mission.
High rank, quote unquote.
Sometimes it's best you just go back and you retrain the basics.
Yeah. Whatever.
You go back to the basics.
You go back to the basics. It's not insulting at all.
It's weird. The loading screens are longer than the mission. I was like Googling how to find the fossil type because I didn't see it on the map, and then it just ended. Like the moment I found where it was, I started walking a little bit, and the mission ended.
Did it just like cut off?
Yeah, because somebody already got it all for because they didn't have to. It wasn't one of the. It's not like the egg ones where you pick them up and you haul them back. You just loot them, period, and then you win. And like, oh, okay, it's over. Huh.
Interesting. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Dark Souls Remastered. I genuinely hope if they do Scholar of the First Sin, obviously that's basically the best treatment. The second best thing is don't fucking touch anything but performance and make the game look like Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Dark Souls 3 is fucking pretty. Dark Souls is ugly.
As a PC player, I'm concerned that I'm gonna hop in there and it's just gonna be, it's just gonna be the same game.
No. Imagine if literally they just made like a switchable on and off, but like Grim Fandango remastered. You know that how it switches to old graphics. You can switch it to 30 FPS with the channelers being at 15 FPS.
I'm just worried. I'm just worried I'll get in the game and it'll be like, all right, let's do my obligatory, basically mandatory playthrough of Dark Souls Remastered. Yay! And I go in there and it's like it's just Dark Souls 1. And
it's 480p.
Like I already have it on PC with the mods that make it 1080 and everything. It's like, so like, if it's not appreciably different, I'll be like, why did I even do this?
I want you to know that your playthrough of DS1 Remastered is probably going to be my first experience of the entirety of Dark Souls.
Yeah.
1.
The main thing I'm really looking forward to is just going back and playing it now that I'm better at the games than I was when I played the first one originally. But
when I'm gonna do my first run, I think I'm gonna just do the classic, like the thing I do, which is a strength greatsword run.
Oh god, Mona pushing me towards great swords has been the highlight of my DS3 run.
Great
Mona just being like, grab the great swords.
Great swords are just fucking lovely.
I'm somewhat afraid of just a glut of Dark Souls on the channel, and not even just Dark Souls, but specifically Dark Souls 1. Because I'm after Hand of Fate, I'm planning on finally showing the Dark Souls with Andrew stuff, and finally airing that stuff. And but then Dark Souls Remastered comes out. But the thing I'm interested in playing is also there's a Dark Souls Prepare to Die Again mod.
Oh yeah,
where they reshuffle all the enemy placements and they made a Scholar of the First Sin.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I kind of want to play that more than Remastered because it's actually a new thing to play. And if I play all three, I'm like, how much of this game is how much of this year will be covered in videos of Dark Souls 1 over and over again?
Honestly,
you know, Keith, I think you should
played Zelda so far.
Hey, I'm finally connected. Here we go.
Oh, hey. Hey, dude.
Hi, sorry.
I think what you should do is you should break up the Dark Souls 1 by playing DS3 face deck build again.
Oh god.
Don't play Dark Souls 3.
Mute the game audio, sorry.
No. You could play Dark Souls 1, right? With air the things with Andrew. Then, get this. Play Scholar of the First Sin again. And then do Dark Souls 1 again. And then Scholar of the First Sin again. And then Dark Souls Remastered.
There is like a looping infiniteness to it.
I just never finished it.
Or wait.
I mean, you already finished it, but
simultaneously have start at the same time another Darkest Dungeon run. Wait, bear with me on this.
Oh boy.
And the Dark Souls 1 run, start airing them one after the other. I can bet you're gonna be done with all 3 runs of Dark Souls 1 before you're done with Darkest Dungeon. I can fucking bet.
By the way, this is also a year where like 2 or 3 other Souls-likes come out, including the anime one and the other weird ones. And also, I still need to play the Surge, and I still need to play the
that much
and the Lords of the Fallen DLC.
Anime one.
What's it called? Code Vein or something?
Yeah.
Do you really need to play the Surge?
Yeah, there's like a 40-minute
They're gonna make a sequel.
No, Keith,
I heard it wasn't that good though.
I gotta know. People can't agree on if it's good or not. It's so divisive.
Yeah.
And I was the one who liked Last Jedi, so I'm divisive.
I like it.
Last I think I'm playing a Vampire because it did get delayed. It was supposed to come out this February, but then it got delayed till June.
We talk about how everyone's like, in Last Jedi, there's
favorite.
plot lines where people don't accomplish things and they failed at their mission, and that's completely different from Empire, a movie about people accomplishing nothing and running away the whole movie.
I mean, the thing is, I think
And that's the best Star Wars because it's completely different from Last Jedi in that it's the same.
I like The Last Jedi. It's probably my favorite Star Wars film because
Oh, I forgot cool drinks. That's
I just like that theme of failure.
Let me just.
I like Coen Brothers movies where people have plans and character motivations, and then everyone dies and everything goes to shit.
Yeah.
I like that Luke Skywalker.
This is what I come back to. Fuck Star Wars.
I want to watch a Fargo Star Wars, which is kind of what happened.
I haven't watched many movies recently because I've been too busy with school and watching YouTube.
Yeah.
Like spoilers for Last Jedi if you somehow haven't watched it, but like I love how they're like, we're heroes, we're better than authority, we're gonna make a master plan, and we're gonna ignore everyone who actually knows what to do and just not follow orders, because we're the heroes and protagonists, because we're magic.
Yeah.
And then they get everyone killed.
But can we like at least like the purple lady didn't explain her plan? That's what bothered me.
But she doesn't have to, especially to the guy who explicitly doesn't follow orders.
She can explain it to the audience. That's the reason that she needs to explain it, because then it just makes her look like an asshole the whole time.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, she was actually trying to be a nice person. And it's like,
I think the point of that was that you were supposed to root for the Poe and all of them up to the point till the end where you realize that they're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
I just thought they were kind of dumb the whole time.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
it was a fun reversal of one of the most obnoxious tropes ever, where the protagonists always magically know best, so they always ignore all the information and orders and just ignore everything, and then it's all better at the end, so it's fine.
Oh, fucking hell, Rose's
quick question: how effective is dragon ammo against this guy?
I'm not sure.
Or like dragon element.
It's like the magic of like what? Like isn't like every Mission Impossible like Tom Cruise is a traitor to his country, but it's forgiven at the end because he was right.
Yeah.
What?
I think it's basically the plot of every movie in the series at this point.
That's how the U.S.
By the way,
that's protagonist magic, and it sucks.
Keith, regarding The Last Jedi, remember what Rose did? Oh my fucking god. That is so infuriating.
I'll just use water ammo on this sucker.
It's also part of the problem with Walking Dead at times, is that like Rick is always right forever.
Well, there's a lot of problems.
Is he though? Is he really?
He has a tendency. What happens is they'll have arcs where it's like, oh no, what's Rick gonna do? He fucked everything up. But at the end, they're always like, but actually he was right the whole time, and it works out for him every time. And everyone else was wrong, and they're gonna admit they're wrong.
I mean, but everybody Rick knows is dead, so I don't know if it actually worked out.
Dude,
for him.
that's amazing. It's amazing to look at like the listing. You go to like the AV Club to look at like reviews for that show or whatever, and they'll have like a thumbnail based on season 1. It's like, wow, no one in that picture's alive except Rick.
Yeah. The other problem with The Walking Dead is that it's bad.
Yeah.
Ooh. I know my family likes it. I don't particularly watch it. It's the kind of thing of they watch Game of Thrones and that on like Sundays, and then I'll just be like, all right, I'm just gonna go on my computer now.
It just drags on though.
Oh, and that's a lot of health gone. Okay.
Yeah, by the way, I really like Keith, what you mentioned on Twitter. I really like that Ship of Theseus idea you had for.
Thank you.
I just want every character in all the Walking Dead to die, so different people are the characters, and then it's like, well, now what is the show still a show when everyone is replaced on the show?
Sure it is.
Have them like be have like the replacements for each character be really obvious replacements of the characters.
Like
yeah, if the story is good.
Like people talk about like rooting for their favorite character in Game of Thrones and whether or not still alive or not. But like if you're watching Walking Dead, I sure hope your favorite character was Rick, because that's basically it.
Yeah.
That's right. Like everyone else from like the first season is dead now, aren't they?
It's spoilers for Walking Dead at this point, but it's at this point it's Rick, Carol, and Daryl are the only survivors.
My favorite character is Bad CGI Deer.
And guess what? If you're not Rick in that list, then you're dead in the comic.
I want the opposite. I want every single character from the first season to come back onto the show, and then Rick goes away.
No. Wait.
Zombies, or like intelligent zombies.
Yeah.
So then it's like a weird rom-com, like that one with what's his name?
Warm Body.
Yeah, that one.
No, I want them to come back as regular people.
Oh, they could do the Day of the Dead thing with the intelligent zombies.
Oh, what if the show could just end?
Yeah, also that.
Somebody in chat was asking, can you explain the point of Finn and Rose? I think wasn't that the whole rant I just did?
Yeah.
About how protagonist magic is bullshit. That's their story arc, is they fail.
Yeah, but then she says the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Oh yeah, because she's like she's not a smart person.
She's a child.
Yeah.
Wow.
If she thinks like that, she's a fucking child, not an idiot.
I mean, she had a chance to like lower the cast, and that was like a good opportunity, and then she like, blew it. Oh.
I'd like to point out, out of everything in that movie, I think my favorite thing was still the big weird dog horses.
The dog horses.
Mine is blue milk.
And I've been corrected on that very smugly by the fact that it's actually green milk. So it's not actually it's actually not the canonical explanation of the origin of the blue milk. The blue milk is still a mystery. I can't wait when J.J. Abrams explains that mystery.
Oh wait.
Not J.J. Abrams anymore.
Oh yeah, I think I have a bias against the casino segment because it was filmed here in Croatia.
Yeah.
I think the green milk comes from Yoda.
I'm so mad about people that are all like, but they didn't answer all the questions from the J.J. Abrams thing. It's like, have you seen a J.J. Abrams thing before? He didn't have answers when he asked those questions.
J.J. Abrams is basically...
Ryan Johnson saved us.
He's a magician in a writer's body.
I actually really like the explanation of Ray's parents just being off. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, because it gets rid of it subverts the creepy part of Star Wars, where it's all about having the right bloodline in order to be a hero, which is like some weird Aryan nonsense. It's creepy.
Oh yeah.
Quick question: do we need to capture him or no?
I need to pay more attention to the missions I click on. Is there a way to check?
Star Wars is basically Nazi propaganda.
Is there a way to
I didn't check either, and I was like, I don't have any traps, and I feel like we're getting close.
Oh, it doesn't tell me. Normally when I put away my weapon, it tells me the objective or something on the screen.
Goddamn ladybug.
Because while I do have the, like, paralyzing ammo and stuff like that, I don't have any traps to actually trap it.
Yeah, also, again, Star Wars, Snoke. He's just some guy. I like that. I really like that part.
He's an evil asshole Sith dude, like all the other evil asshole Sith dudes. And there's nothing about the story would be better if he happened to be an evil asshole Sith dude you heard the name of once in a scene before.
That is.
It doesn't make the story better.
The fact that he's definitely getting a book, though.
If he was Jar Jar Binks, that would have been the best.
That would have been pretty good.
Oh, that would be fucking hilarious.
Oh my god, you know what? That would have been okay. I would have been like, alright, Star Wars, we say that one, someone edit that.
That would be
I think you should come to the dark side.
I mean, if the plot twist was that all the prequels were actually an explanation of the history of Jar Jar Binks instead of the history of Darth Vader, then that would be incredible.
That would be great.
The whole name that is Jar Jar Bane. You
Jar Jar Bane.
I like Snoke most because he's some dude. He's not like evil matriarch of the universe that's gonna destroy everything.
I don't like the read people have of Star Wars where they seem to think that the Star Wars universe has to be like a heist movie where every character has a specific role to play and everyone pulls it off at the exact moment and then it all comes together in the end, because like that's never been how any movie in the series has worked.
I would like everyone to put on... That spoilers.
You have the best idea.
Like, good luck explaining what Han Solo does for most of the trilogy in the original trilogy.
That was
snarky.
Yeah.
He smuggles.
He smugs. He is smug a lot.
I mean, he smuggles
once.
He says, "Great shot, kid. That's 1 in a million."
He smuggles once and does it wrong.
He pretends to be a stormtrooper but fails.
He hides under the bed, effectively.
He runs away from bounty hunters but fails. He runs away from being in the rebellion but fails.
Yeah, it's honestly a surprise. He's like, he survived as long as he did.
Han Solo has charisma 3, but pretending he has charisma 20.
I mean, he made friends with a Wookiee for like 50 years. That's a pretty good accomplishment.
He is really. He's really doing. He's got a high score on the Wookiee roguelike. Where you mess up once and you die.
Here's the actual thing. Here's the actual thing. Good job, Callie.
So he's a massive failure. Just
no. Yeah, basically, here's the actual lore. Chewbacca's the actually effective one. He's just his maid. He needs someone to take care of all that hair.
It is a lot of hair to take care of. It's a problem.
Going back to Snoke for like a hot second, he does actually have a small amount of lore that suggests he's probably going to get a book of some kind.
Fucking hell.
Or another spin-off movie because they just want to milk.
You know how you know he's going to get a book? Because he's a character in Star Wars.
Yeah,
every character in Star Wars, down to obscure robot bounty hunters that never said a thing ever, have books based on them.
Yeah,
there's a couple of good books and a couple of good games. Like
basically,
the Republic Commando series I like a lot because it was about like Black Ops stormtroopers that left the Order of the Stormtroopers when Order 66 was announced. Because a lot of them had Jedi lovers.
Oh.
I want to.
Yeah, basically, flying.
Yeah.
Pick any molecule.
Do you want to fuck a Jedi?
Oh my! It has a book based on it, basically. Every molecule has a book.
They'll make you want to.
I want a book.
Oh
I want a book based on the guy who didn't realize that the what's his face that was calling him from the TIE Fighter was making a joke.
Oh,
that guy. But I want it where he just doesn't understand jokes the entire book.
No, wait. Reimagining where that guy is, what is it? Tech support.
Wait, are you talking about Hux? Are you talking about Hux?
Yeah, I want a book about
Hux is definitely getting a book.
Wait, we should get a book about Hux in an alternate universe where he's just tech support.
There's this actually really entertaining video essay that just goes down like, here's the list of elements of the concept of toxic masculinity, and now here is the list of all of the laws of the Jedi Order. It's a Venn diagram that looks like a circle.
What?
You can express no emotions, and you can love nobody, and never care about anyone, and it's like there's all these forms of horrible, like emotional oppression until you're like an insecure, broken person that can't express anything, and then you lash out at people.
No, but
it's just prepping for.
Okay.
They're the good guys that kidnap children at a young age before they can make any actual consensual decisions, and then teach them never to feel or love.
Yeah.
They're the good guys.
They're the good guys because they're not gray like the other guys. The bad guys are gray and craggy looking.
Just the guys who won.
Keith, you don't get it. The bad guys wear black and have red lightsabers.
That makes them evil. That guy has horns. He's the devil lightsaber man.
But I mean, at least the good guys teach them how to aim. Like the bad guys don't teach the kids how to aim at all. It's the worst thing ever.
Yeah,
they didn't shoot at them with a droid when they're blindfolded or anything.
Basically, the problem with the Jedi is they punish you for being a teenager.
Can the Jedi not afford health, like child care or like babysitting services? Like
they did.
Anakin just walked in and chopped them all up, and there wasn't a single person.
Maybe he was the teacher.
No. Maybe he just.
That is the only teacher.
Clearly, they're under budget like American schools, and there was way too many. There's way too many children per teacher there. Apparently, if he was the one teacher, like that's way too many kids.
New theory. The Sith, the entire war, was actually a plot on the part of the Jedi to get more funding that went horribly, horribly wrong.
I like the part where they keep saying over and over and over and over again that we need to bring balance to the Force, and the Force is about balance, and there's balance in the universe. So let's go to the far extreme of being all light all the time and just not think anything bad will happen. If we go pure white, then, and in a balance-based religion, obviously no darkness can happen from that.
Yeah, here's a question.
You just admitted to being a white supremacist.
How stupid. The entire thing about the Force is fake, right? But their main weapon is a fucking metal stick. It's a metal stick.
Wasn't it like originally just actual sticks before they had lightsabers?
Yeah. What if you just toss an EMP on the lightsaber? You're fucked.
I mean,
you're just a dude. Then
it's still a crystal.
I like to subscribe to the movie version of how things work, which is that it's never explained and you don't know how it works and it's magic.
They don't use EMPs because it doesn't make sense.
The crystal is like video game and book lore.
I would also like to point out that the Jedi are also massive hypocrites who use an obviously dark side power, i.e. actually mind raping people.
You know, like that episode with the Betazoids in Star Trek, that was definitely a light side power.
Mind rape. And they're just like, woo, this is a good thing to do. Good karma +5.
I feel like if it was if he was playing Fallout 3 in the game of life, you'd
oh my god,
it's fine. They just kidnap children and systematically wipe out anyone who disagrees with them.
Basically, you know, they just produced a robot mass murderer who killed 15 children. It's whatever.
While having their own thought police force on the capital of the galaxy. But they're the good guys.
They're basically the church. They're effectively the church.
They are the
I didn't want to say it first, but that is kind of what it's based on.
When Luke was all like, the Jedi were wrong, I'm like, yes, give in to the correct side.
Are you telling me that Yoda is the Pope?
Yes.
I'd be okay with the Pope Yoda.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ! I gotta go to Photoshop.
Imagine if they had a fucking midget.
You can't laugh at. That's not fair. That's not.
No.
You don't deserve. That doesn't deserve that.
No, I think he was
I'm
laughing.
sorry.
He wasn't laughing at you, Keith, for once.
I'm just laughing at myself.
Oh.
You know, my extremely uncertain future and how everything is always stressful, so we hide ourselves with video games.
Oh yeah, we're all doomed.
The problem I have with the Star Wars fan base
as my major, that's super uncertain.
Oh, you're
fucked. If it makes you feel any better, we're all arguing on a. We're not arguing. We're all talking on a live stream.
Yeah, everyone can hear this.
How many viewers are there?
And no one's ruined it yet, thankfully.
Yeah.
No, a thing I learned in my business class is they seasonally lay off employees from every company to increase their profits, and then they rehire the same employees. But like, there's this period where they're just unemployed. And I'm like, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So like, chat points out the idea like isn't one of the point of the prequels to point out how the entire Jedi Order is flawed and horrible and everything, and like I agree with that. And one of the issues I have with Star Wars fans in general is that they don't get that. Like people act like I'm game theorying it and I'm like reading too far into it, like I'm like making up subtext when it's the text that the Jedi Order
wasn't
sucks.
The entire point of the second movie that the idea of a clone army is so impossibly unethical that that's fucking ridiculous that they would be seen as the good guys after that?
I mean, one of the lessons of the Jedi Order is basically like, hey, your wife's dying, you're not supposed to care. Stop caring. Just let her die and don't feel anything. This is healthy.
I mean, she's dying because he did the one thing he was supposed to not do as a Jedi anyways, which is to fuck a girl. Like, you're not supposed to do that.
No, that's not why she was. Oh, it was true. Why she was dying, right? She was actually because it was death through childbirth.
Jedi then.
There's too many.
The Lucas explanation is that he lacked the will to live.
The universe was punishing Anakin for literally going against the Jedi Order by killing his wife when she was pregnant with his children. Like, that's. The Jedi were like not wrong in that aspect. They're like, look, this is your fault. You can't care about this. You did this to her.
This is your fault, you dumb fuck. Why do you have to kill him?
Have you ever heard of a condom, Anakin, you fucking freak?
No, because he doesn't like sand.
Oh my god.
Because all of the Jedi are Republicans.
I just can't process the concept of them constantly preaching about balance and then going all light side no matter what, and then being surprised.
Like, obviously, if the balance thing is true, then Jedi and Sith are both wrong. And
wow, wait, are you saying
Jedi or whatever?
Are you saying neither religion is a good religion?
Yeah, the great Jedi that are probably not part of the lore anymore, which is disappointing.
Yeah,
I mean, based on their balance preaching, like the ideal Jedi is Renegade Shepherd.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, pretty much.
Kicks the guy out of a window.
Yeah, but they're forced for good.
This is
balance.
The Jedi way.
Yeah, but what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I'd argue in the Last Jedi the what is it? The smuggler guy, right? That betrays them.
Yeah,
everyone fucking betrays them. I'd argue that he's better than both the Sith and the Jedi Order. He's just in the middle. He's a war profiteer.
I'm just gonna apologize in advance for all the people in the audience that have or not the audience in the lobby. Like you guys are getting a mixed bag of quality for which mission you happen to join on.
Oh yeah, that's
Somebody's like, let's
true.
go kick that guy for 2 seconds, and other ones are like, let's kill 5 dragons.
Slay 10 Jiros.
Isn't that just like so? Some people get to kill 5 dragons and some people get to pick up 5
I'm picking every mission I don't have completed from optional. Many of which unlock base progression, so you're supposed to do them, but some of them
is a good point.
Some of them suck. So this is like chef progression. It's gonna give me recipes.
The like dialogue on them give you stuff, right?
This is like a chef quest or something, I think, and it's like it's a waste of time.
Right. Oh wait.
Yeah. It's a waste of left the quest. Excuse you. What? I didn't leave the quest. I'm crafting.
I think it resets the joining mission thing sometimes when I launch it.
Also, quick question: how many of the 3 Elder Dragon investigations have you done, or are you already finished the game at this point?
I have not fought any of them.
Okay.
You'll love the Kushala Daora.
I finished one of the investigations, as in the meter filling up before this.
Yeah.
And I think during the session right now, I might have already filled up another meter earlier.
Oh, that's good. For which ones?
So the next episodes after this stream might be 3 consecutive Elder Dragons.
Oof, they're gonna. Oof. I'm just gonna say the Rotten Vale one is probably the hardest one. At least I had a lot of trouble with it.
The Valhazak?
Yep. I don't want to spoil it. That's why I'm not saying anything.
I'm sorry. It's
their names.
not that difficult.
The names don't matter. I spoil the names all the time because I'll be like, how do I upgrade this weapon? It's like, oh, you need a horn from the Puka the Buckatha. I'm like, all right.
Wait, have you fought Kieran yet?
I fought the ones you've seen, basically.
Literally the most annoying
so
thing
he
in the
hasn't fought
universe.
Kieran yet because you haven't unlocked the quest from the botany people.
Kieran, the angel horses? Yeah.
Yeah, the lightning horse.
Okay, sorry, that's
the Final Fantasy X summon.
The fan art female armor for this game.
They're horrible.
Garen armor.
Yeah, they're in a lot of stuff, and also are mythological figures. Because when I hear them,
they're also the hardest boss fight in all of Salt and Sanctuary.
Yeah. No. Oh, I should get that
in Salt and
Sanctuary playthrough.
Andrew knows what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. I realized I forgot to equip my effluvium shard, which just negates all effluvium effects.
That's fine. This quest will be over so fast you can't die from effluvium.
Yeah, my first exposure to the concept of a Kieran was actually Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, which has an expansion that has them in it as a monster. Which has, Volo's Guide. And
which expansion?
Volo's Guide.
Because the group I currently play with, we're only using the base and Xanathars.
Yeah.
But also our DM is just super hard on us a lot of the time, so we either get really lucky and not die, or everyone's almost dead all the time. Okay, first off, your DM's running it the right way. Give him my thanks for propagating the true D&D experience. Second, Kieran are from Volo's Guide. They are good creatures, usually.
But Ogeron, no, I'm not here for you.
They cast good boy stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, Clyde.
We had this fun puzzle room which had a bunch of power words to press to go through, and then in the next room we found a mini Tarrasque because we had used the power word shrink on the door. So then instead of having to fight a full size one, you just had to fight a mini one that's as heavy as the actual thing, which is funny because I had tried to flip it over, and then it just didn't work. So I just it was stubbing my toe on a rock, basically.
Jesus, what level are you that you're fighting a frickin' Tarrasque?
We got this.
Oh, we were only level 10. He's bringing in the start of our campaign was to get us into the current dimension that we're in. A giant fucking like foot made of core elemental material just stomps through the dimension and is knocking everyone everywhere.
You as it kicks through the threads of reality.
Yeah. And we've been having to go to the elementals and try to like get them to fix their shit, but then they're all just being lazy. Especially the light primordial, who's just like, I do light things.
I have
make things lit.
We've got this
I'm in this
fantastic
village full
setup
of
in our
lizard
campaign.
people.
Where we have this guy that got a lightsaber, but the lightsaber is sentient, and it won't.
I think you told.
Oh my god!
Oh, I get it. He's lit.
Like his lightsaber won't turn on now though because he doesn't play his class correctly.
Oh wait, are y'all playing Out of the Abyss?
Yeah.
Or okay? Yeah, I know. I'm running Out of the Abyss right now. I know exactly what you're talking about.
He's a paladin, so it shouldn't be that hard to just not execute people all the time. But he keeps doing it, and so his sword won't work, and he hasn't figured it out. It's great.
Did y'all?
How's the game coming along?
How's the game that I'm running for Keith server going along?
Yeah.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being finished and 1 being I literally haven't conceived the concept, it's like a 1.
Oof.
Concept.
Which is how all my games start out, actually.
What's kind of fascinating is we got to the not fascinating, but we got to the part with the Abyss campaign that has a dragon egg, and we decided that we were going to heist it. And then our DM revealed that their other campaign, those players are also doing the exact same thing.
Oh shit!
There's multiple parallel campaigns that had the same reaction to the dragon egg.
My quest list.
So Keith, because you've played the opening of Out of the Abyss, right, where you're in the prison and such.
Oh god, that was a sound.
I want you to know.
It sounded like someone just grabbed their mic and shook it.
I think they did.
Oh my! I'm sorry. I was scratching myself.
I want you to know, and I want you to conceptualize. You know those drow poison darts that knock people out?
There was definitely one on the when somebody tried to open a chest and the chest poisoned them. And then
I accidentally read a loot list wrong and gave my players like 200 of them.
Oh, oops!
I'm blowing a voucher on this quest. Here we go. You're probably going to die horribly.
I had to retcon that.
The Black Diablos is the worst thing in the universe.
Have you fought a Black Diablos yet?
No. I encountered one at random when I was hunting a Diablos.
It's awful.
So you know how the regular one goes underground?
Awful.
This one just charges you repeatedly until you're dead.
And he can actually turn and go in your direction.
Well,
so if you try to dodge it,
yeah.
Oh, she, right? It's a girl.
Well, then let's get ready for pain.
Because the description of it is
how could you not tell what gender the demon monster was?
This is just the worst boss in Monster Hunter. I hate it.
I'm gonna go ahead and wait for everyone to be green ready then.
Do you want me to be support bowgunner or use my baptime hammer?
I don't know, man.
Your bath time hammer?
Whatever gets rid of this
buffing dudes.
Whatever gets rid of this
If you're already buffing, then I can probably go hammer.
Well, yeah, because I'm using honey
very
horn.
weak to dragon, and I have my dragon hammer from Nurgle.
Nice.
All right. So now that I'm officially on the internet again, to the stream, I have to go through the process of deleting my prior YouTube channel.
What?
Goodbye.
Why? Just use it and just pretend like none of your old content happened.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's what I did.
That's what I do
Okay,
every
you
day.
misunderstand the level of tainted that my channel is.
Oh no, mine was pretty tainted. I got bullied for my channel.
Oh no, mine was corrupted.
Like it was so bad I had to leave my school.
Mine is
and go to a new one.
Okay. Mine wasn't that bad. Mine is more the fact that there are people currently subscribed to that channel who I desperately do not want to interact with anyone I know ever. And I knew all of those people because it was like a channel with 14 subscribers.
Also, quick thing, you don't have Camp 6 here. Do you want me to show you where Camp 6 is so that we can have it?
We could. I also have to do the deliveries and whatnot.
No, I think I went to the wrong camp.
Yeah.
I think I have it. Wait.
Because Camp 6 is literally, like...
It's literally there. It's literally right there. Yeah, I have it. Okay, I have it.
I posted as close as I could to it, and we're just gonna run to it.
This is ridiculous.
If it's super close, is there a reason to get it?
Well, like, you know where the semi-underground one is? It's close to there. So it's good for when you are fighting Diablos, because then when it goes above ground, it's an above-ground camp to just teleport to instead of running up the area.
Should I engage her or wait for you guys?
Oh, are you already there?
Yeah, I'm already here.
Guys, good luck.
I'm sure this will go great.
Maybe.
This is the most annoying thing.
I was on a Diablos hunt, and he ran away, and we went elsewhere to get Diablos, and I'm like, oh, there he is, and then I realized a horrible new monster was there. Because I'm like, why is it playing a cutscene?
Yeah. A horrifying investigation I had was the black Diablos, regular Diablos, and then also, like, I think it was either Beetlejuice or something else.
Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
Beetlejuice. Yeah.
I don't know how to say it. I don't think anyone knows how to say it.
Basil geese.
I actually forgot I have like 10 Gmail accounts, so I guess I'll just ignore the last one.
Alright, let me teleport over. I'll be there in a second.
I was gonna ask, what's the monster
She's doing her bullcrap, so be careful.
Monster Hunter World video.
She's doing her absolute bullcrap.
I have my Vitality Mantle, it's fine.
Can you repeat the question? I could not hear you.
Oh, they're turf-warring.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
So just
Hit the black
let them
Diablo
destroy
while
each
you
other.
can, because it's not gonna hurt you.
Just let them destroy each other.
Well, they're gonna do like 1,000 damage.
I don't like how there's a ramp going down into that cave, but you can't jump off the cliff above it.
Yeah, the regular one always loses, which is kind of depressing, because we kind of need...
It just shows you that the males are weaker than the females.
I mean, Black Diablos looks terrifying.
Oh, whoa, calm down.
So I heard you're mad. I do like this hammer. It's made from Nurgle bits.
You see how she's like turning when she's charging?
Oh,
yeah, she can do that.
Here it comes.
Yep. She's gonna do a spin attack move out of the ground.
Oh my god, I forgot the other one was here. I got too close to it. I was like,
oh, you heard the other one?
Jesus. No, it's like, it's just a lot of maintaining, especially in this small area.
I think it just fell over for no reason. The other one. Oh, get out of the way.
Oh shit, her horns are stuck in the rock.
Stuck in the... E.
She was.
I'm on Google right now, and I see a sidebar advertisement for what looks like a poster of Sephiroth with a lightsaber.
Please?
Wait?
Please?
On a side
I'm just gonna hang out back here and not contribute to DPS and just get our buffs up, because they might never get up again.
That is the weediest shit I have seen in a while, and I have watched a lot of anime.
Oh, he left. Oh, she left.
It's the DeviantArt. It's leaking.
Okay.
Oh god. Oh god, we have to contain it. Get your shotgun.
But what if Sephiroth was a hedgehog?
Keith, you need to go to your room and think about
Someone
what you've
probably
done.
made that already.
Yes, no, absolutely.
Sephiroth the Hedgehog, Cloud the Hedgehog.
Apparently, if you type in a name and then the hedgehog, there's a result on Google for it. Just
there was an episode of the podcast about that one.
Yeah,
Keith the Hedgehog, which is just Sonic with it.
Okay, I'm on it. I'm on her.
Okay.
What a coincidence! I actually need Black Diablo's pieces for my bow and arrow.
People who know, faster than light. How do you upgrade your system?
Everyone should have buffs now, thankfully. I'm gonna fight now.
I don't remember.
Diablos is still chasing us.
I need.
Why is he here?
I want more shields, but I don't know how
I think there is a screen that you open up that can show how many points you put into all
Oh
your.
my god, what's going on? I can't see anything. I actually
We
can't
just
see anything.
need one more thing to complete this, and that's Basil Geese just popping in and being like, "Hey guys!"
And then you just click on that screen of this.
I mean, we could not have started this entire thing on a more hyped mission, which was when we had three different dragons fighting us at the same time at the dragon nest in the forest.
Oh my god, this has been so long since I've talked to people for so long while also trying not to fuck up royally.
Yeah, my skill level's definitely gone down because I'm talking, because usually I'm doing pretty well.
Welcome to Let's Playing.
This is probably my worst monster to fight. Like, I die 24/7 to this thing.
Please don't. Please
better
no.
than the DS3 playthrough. No one's telling you to stop using the rapier.
Just pull out the torch. Why isn't he using the torch?
Oh god. Oh
He's
no, I'm
covered
stunned.
in the
Please don't
things
die.
and he
Please don't
doesn't.
die.
How does he not understand how to use the torch?
Oh my god.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Divine blessing is a god.
The torch.
This is why I wear Kieran armor.
The torch. Okay, I do want you to know that I only remembered the torch was useful in that area during my playthrough because I think during that time when I mentioned that area. When I mentioned that area, you started ranting about it.
Does anyone?
She can come down here, didn't she?
Are they turf warring again? Like,
they might be.
I think I do.
We're in full chaos right now.
To be fair, there were far too many comments about the torch.
She left again.
Also,
my face when he says that Uragon's a ripoff of Radoban. Like, I can't even.
I was told off for that too, because I made a post on Reddit, because I was just slightly disappointed with all of the reskins from Elder's Recess. And they're like, well, you see, they're all actually the original monsters.
Because the entire game was like, it's like you're bamboozled. You've been playing reskins of the franchise's monsters the whole game.
Here she comes.
Yeah, and it's like, well, excuse me, this is my first Monster Hunter. I don't know that.
Oh, this is also my first Monster Hunter clip, so I don't know like anything.
Yeah, you dumb bitch. Didn't you do 40 hours of research before you started like a real gamer?
Yeah, I just do the research after, when I'm actually know I'm gonna be into the game.
I'm into it, but
figure out how to play the game.
Playing all those other versions, doing research. No.
Like, there's this fun system that is actually super late game. You need to be Hunter rank 100 for it.
Please stop walking on the ground, please.
I forget what it's called, but basically there's these things called tempered monsters, and tempered elder dragons give you specific items that let you upgrade your weapons even more. Like, you can add another decoration slot, or you can increase its attack power by %, or you can do a bunch of other stuff to armor and charms and stuff like that. But you have to be Hunter rank 100 to do it.
Kind of adorable just how much Diablos wants Black Diablos to notice him. He's just following us around the entire time. Like, come on.
I think the reason for that is because they follow the same paths.
Alright, so she's spamming now?
She's
just spamming. So be careful.
No, it's actually because Black Diablos is a female, and the white one's
literally
male.
just spamming.
It's just
females in hate. I was gonna start recording again after this stream because this got me in the mood, but I don't think my throat will be able to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you can roar, or you could not roar.
Loud noises.
Jesus,
I need to slow plug into the ultimate spinning move of death. Because the standing spinning move is not as fun as the just hammer spin.
No, I'm stunned. Please don't die. If you die, I die.
No.
Triggered.
Ow.
God, it's the spring and there's like 20 ladybugs in my room.
Okay.
No!
He's dead. That was it.
He died.
I feel like maybe I should have brought my bow gun because we would have gotten its horns already.
Does anybody have a screamer pod to make her stop doing that?
Yeah, if
no,
you have a sonic pod, you could stop it from burrowing towards you. You could bring it out and then it's just stuck in the ground.
You can? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can.
That's what the sonic pod is.
That's cool.
She's sensitive to hearing, that's what they say. Oh, she's sensitive to noise. I like
Are there any monsters that it's useful to use the dung pod for then?
No, pretty much everyone or everything to just go away.
Because like I usually keep flash pods on me, but I haven't really seen a need to use the other two. Just because like
it's specifically for Beetlejuice, so he can go away.
Oh Jesus! There you go.
You know what? I played the beta for
I'm gonna say that was partially my fault for you getting hit there because I was spinning.
Whoa! Oh, whoa!
So
it's just exceptionally hard to hit ever.
Yeah, it's too much movement.
You're like behind.
Stop! Stop! Please! No!
Oh, okay. Thanks for taking away my wagon.
She should go over here now.
That means I get to do my spin move. Oh, there's regular Diablos too. Guys, I get to do spin moves.
Hi.
Here we go.
I'm gonna fire a dunk pot at it so I can go.
Here we go. Sonic down the hill.
Okay. Wait, he's actually leaving. Oh,
I mounted him. Oops.
You attacked it. I didn't think that was.
I don't know how this is possible, but I ran out of iron ore.
In Minecraft?
No.
In this game.
In Minecraft?
Very confusing feedback.
In this game.
Let's play the pronoun game, everyone.
If it was Minecraft, I would have known how to help.
She's in the wall. She's
gonna pop out. Oh no. Why?
That takes like all your health. It literally takes
There
all
we
your
go.
health.
Buffs are back up.
Ridiculous.
So, I'm assuming the Encyclave user knows that you can explode the flashfly thingies, right?
The what?
Like the things that you're.
Basil's here.
There it is.
Thanks, Basil. It's nice to see you.
You speak of them and you
I gotta go get it.
This is a dangerous room right now.
I'm putting the health booster
That's why I died.
down in the slope here, and okay. I guess
There's
I'm not.
no space in there.
I guess I'm just stunned now.
Two
And then she's gonna go
Diablos.
run over there.
Two Diablos and a Basil in one room.
Yeah.
Hey,
I feel like
Stun me.
they shouldn't allow this. There's just no space for any of them.
Yeah, there's no space. I have 2 dunk pods though, so I'll fire them. Oh my god, your health. Hold on. Let me just get the right one. Go away.
Oh no.
Yeah, I have 2.
Oh no, she's coming. She's coming.
I shot it. I'll shoot the other one at the Beetlejuice.
Oh, now he's just going back into the nest.
God damn it. Well, my health is looking depressing because I died, so.
Wow.
Please. No!
Just don't attack me while I'm healing here. I'm right in front of you, but just don't attack me. God damn
Why
it,
is that thing still
Beetlejuice.
here?
How do you
Please leave. So my health is looking kind of depressing. I literally have no health anymore.
It's a special kind of agony to use a weapon this slow, where you can rear up an attack and aim at a specific body part,
Spin
but then they
moves.
just like they'll rotate around 180 degrees, so it's not the right body part. Then they'll just jump across the whole room in that time.
Again.
Where'd she go? I'm equipping my
out.
Too much.
Yep.
This is just too much right now.
Ow.
Thank God for the vitality mantle.
Honestly, I feel like she's actually one of the most challenging enemies.
Yeah, she is. She literally is.
I feel like the Elder Dragons are easier than her once you know their patterns.
They are.
Because they're less aggressive than she is.
The Elder Dragons are actually really easy. They're so easy.
Son of a bitch.
In comparison to this thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
we don't have controller, boys.
I'm gonna die now.
What is happening, please?
It's fine, we got health boosters. We just have one boost though.
So. Oh, she's down. Attack!
Oh shit! Hammer time.
Oh, Basil White.
God damn it, Basil.
Please. Not right now.
I can't move.
Wait,
I'm on fire.
Okay, she's down for a
Everything's
second.
going wrong.
Oh, god damn it.
Actually, it could be
Oh my god,
worse.
this thing is gonna kill me. Get it away. I'm stunned. Get it away. Get away. No.
Basil, no.
Please.
No! I just healed.
No, don't be
That
stunned
moment when
now.
you
Not by
heal,
the
But then
explosion.
they start spamming. If I die to one of his little bombs on the floor, I'm leaving the game.
I'm honestly have tempted to get some Nurgle armor at some point, just because I would like to regen my health.
She's going underground again.
From Smack.
Oh, she's going for me.
No, go away! You already left.
I thought I made that thing leave. I shot my dong pot at it. Why?
It's just being a right cunt.
Oh, it's little bumps.
Look at all the line lines on the
floor.
Look at the floor. Guys, we're actually gonna die.
Hi,
We're actually all
Diablos.
gonna
Welcome
die.
back.
I mean, I'm not gonna die. The
Wait,
rest
we
of
have
you guys
a
are
help
probably
booster.
gonna die.
Help booster. Help booster. All right,
I would
whoever
help
needs it.
booster if I
It's
would,
right there.
if I could.
It's right there in the middle. So.
Oh no! Oh no! For fuck's sake, Basil! And my stamina
Okay,
went
I'm
down.
on her. I'm on her.
Oh, and now
I can't
the Diablos is here.
Again? Okay, she's down. She's down.
It's a fucking
Black
party.
down.
I'm stunned.
Attack her. Please, kill her. No, please, no. No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
I don't know why it's going so badly. It's never gone this badly for me before.
We only have one feint so far, right? Oh god.
Oh my
Yeah, it was me.
I mean, like, badly in the terms that all of these monsters just here constantly all at the same time.
The Beetlejuice is always here.
There we go.
Yeah, that thing's just like, you're hunting something other than me?
That was like 5 years of being
Oh,
stunned.
please don't pop out at me. Please don't pop out at me. Why me? Hey, you do you. It just jumped on top of Basil's mines. And the regular Diablos is attacking it.
Attack it. Yo, everything is on this woman right now. Everything is on her right now. Oh my lord. And she's going back underground. And so the other one is underground.
I'm just gonna hide in these bushes and heal.
There's just a party underground right now, kids. Yep.
Apparently.
None of them got the invitation.
We don't want the invitation,
Who are
Black
you going
Diablo.
for?
We don't
Who are you
want
going
it.
for? Oh, you're running away. She's running away.
Okay, good. Good. Let's just hope this thing doesn't follow us, please. Wait, she's over here. She's right here. Oh, she's up. She's above ground this time. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like.
Suddenly, Devil Joe appears.
Okay.
Is that even in the game yet?
Yeah, I think
No.
yeah, it was released. It was released.
It
March 9th.
was?
Yeah, March 9th.
Yeah, because I thought it said March 9, but I haven't seen any like quests or anything for it at all.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like for Hunter rank 1,000 or something.
Oh god.
Maybe because apparently its description is it's only for Hunter rank G, which is apparently past. Like,
Do you
the max
just start
Hunter rank.
leveling up weirdly fast later or something?
No, because it just takes forever.
Is that
Like
you
I'm
that's-
Hunter rank 52, I think, and I beat the game, and I only gain like less than a quarter of a bar for every mission, and I need to make it to 100 just to get like that extra end game shit.
Okay, she's spamming now. I have to sharpen, so there's that.
Damage taken was reduced. Thank you, Divine Blessing.
Hold on, after you do the Beyond the Blessing skills, are you able to HR up just by doing stuff?
Where are you coming
Can
out?
anyone
Where are
else
you coming
can
out?
anyone understand that guy?
Nope.
He's so quiet.
No!
Put the mic closer to your mouth.
I don't understand.
Don't charge me. Why are you charging me?
He
All I'm
said,
doing is hammering.
do you start leveling up from regular quests, or do you have to do like storyline quests to level up?
Oh yeah, because like once you beat the final quest, there's only 3 other quests for you to do, and they're each given at like
This might be
different
it.
intervals. Because the first one introduces tempered monsters, which starts you off fighting 2 tempered basil geese.
Yeah.
And tempered is basically an excuse for them to be like, let's make these monsters even more powerful and bullshit.
And there's Beetlejuice too. I don't want to fight Beetlejuice.
Yeah, 2 of them. 2 of them.
Yeah, I saw. I haven't done that yet. No, I don't.
And then
plan on
after
doing
that, you have to fight. I think it's either there's a quest in between it, or you have to fight a tempered Kieran after, which unlocks the ability to fight tempered elder dragons. Oh no, tempered Kieran is pretty hard.
Yeah, the normal one is hard enough.
Like, it was hard until I realized the cheap tactic of just using slashing ammo on my bowgun and just constantly running away.
Run the game?
Well, because in the Coral Highlands, there's a bunch of slashing, like slash berries, so I could just refill my ammo as much as I want. And also with my current ammo set, I have a skill that halves sharpness loss, and when you're using bow or bowgun, it gives you a chance to not use ammo, and it procs pretty often.
Must be nice.
I need to go find a video that just shows me what it looks like to be good at this weapon.
Are you using the horn?
Yeah. Like when the fights are actually hard and like hyperactive and jumping around, I'm like, how do I ever land a hit, let alone finish the song?
The point of the horn is you don't really need to land a hit. It's more about using the buffs or stockpiling.
Yeah.
And then you let the rest of us deal the damage.
Yeah, it's a support weapon. It is.
That's the opposite of what every high-end player claims, is that if you're just buffing, you're wasting your time.
Hunting horn is not a support weapon.
That's like the same people who say that like Mercy is an attack character.
She's not. That's
exactly.
But the hunting horn is a different story.
The hunting weapon is like a crazy, like 120 damage, like hit weapon.
It has high attack.
It's the hammer, but like support.
Why
so,
is
like,
this thing here?
What the fuck?
He's
Well,
here
He's just there.
Of course he's here.
I've come back and there's less screaming, so I assume you're not all being massacred still.
Is
I'm gonna
there
put a health booster down here.
Is there anything stopping us from just capturing him?
He woke her up!
Oh.
Wasting my bombs!
Woke her up inside. Can't wake up.
You're gonna wake her
up!
Oh my lord.
Have you seen the Goofy video for that? Where it's just Goofy.
Wake up! Wake me up!
Everyone.
Where it's just changed to Chris Dick.
I was like, oh my god, get this video off the internet, please.
You know what's funny? Like
that video was funny.
Oh god.
How do you even untangle this mess?
So is she dead yet?
The chat.
Possibly.
Is she dead yet? That's my question. That's my question.
She's gonna burst out the sand. Yup. Thought so.
Don't die.
Something I need to actually learn how to do is actually learn how to use proper food skills, because apparently the food skill system is very in depth.
Yeah, it is. I watched a video on it.
Yeah, if only they explained it at all to you.
The only one that I know is important is feline insurance, because that basically gives you an extra life on all quests, like for free.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh fuck, I might be dead.
Oh my health. My health.
I might be dead.
And the other thing that is good about it is that it can stack with like other party members. We're both dead. We're all dead. They're just fucking random.
Please, enough with the underground. Oh my gosh, he's back. I'm running. I'm out.
Actually, I can think of a way this could be worse if the elder dragon that's supposed to spawn here spawned here.
This is like an ultimate.
It's not gonna happen.
Oh,
but
killing blow. That means I did all the work. That's how that works.
I appreciate that the audio of that was someone chanting the words "I'm dead" while everyone repeated occasionally.
Wow, I just had a humongous day.
Oh, he's not gonna let us carve.
I need to skin him. I need her skin.
I'm leaving. I can't die. I can't die here.
I need to wear her skin.
Look at my health, please.
Does anyone have dung or whatever?
I
Shit.
Oh my god.
Stop! If I miss these cards, if I miss these cards, I'm actually gonna be triggered. Please stop it.
No, please don't do this to me.
I haven't skinned a single thing, and I'm stunned again. So I have to put my joystick because that's the only way to fix stun.
10 seconds. Let me get one.
Worse.
Let me get. Oh,
God damn it!
I guess I'm not getting.
For fuck's sake!
I actually didn't get a single card.
Oh my god!
I didn't get a single card.
At least I get the rewards.
I didn't get a single card. I don't believe this. All my resources.
Oh my god, it's not what I need. I needed
a resources wasted.
And I didn't get any of the horn.
Well,
I got a horn.
Shit.
I need 6. I need 6 horns to upgrade my bow.
I literally did not get a single carve. All my resources wasted.
Oh,
well, feels bad, man.
At least we had fun.
Meanwhile, Palico somehow leveled up.
60 buffs.
A shiny collector out and stealth hunter. I'll take it.
That was a shit show.
How long has this video been? Has this stream been going?
We're almost 3 hours in. Most
how much longer?
Most recent comment is your channel changed too much. Good luck and take care.
I saw that. I loaded it up.
Talking about your channel hasn't changed that much.
I don't know what that means. Yeah, I'm just playing video games.
Hold on. The first exposure to this channel in a while has been this stream.
You want to talk about a channel that changed much? Mine went from like shitty singing videos to game videos to videos of my games that I've been making.
Like if you look at this explicitly special event weird stream as being what my content is now, then I guess it changed too much. But obviously this is not normal.
Yeah, it's a special event. Like, come on.
It's a special event because I'm here.
And it'll also be a video I can point to whenever anyone asks why you don't just play with random people from chat all the time.
I have.
It's like, well, listen to this for a few hours. And you
we
learn
have a present for you.
It's basically someone overtakes the chat for 10 minutes, and then Keith says one word, and then another person takes the chat.
Yeah.
I am consistently surprised that 50 people are watching this.
I think it was 40 earlier, wasn't it? I think it dropped for a bit.
I paused the video as soon as I got in here so that you wouldn't hear horrible feedback loops.
Yeah, there's also mute though.
I mean, it's at 48. It was at 55 a couple minutes ago, I think.
I really wonder how people can tolerate.
No quests have been posted. Oh.
Like me talking.
Do you want to attempt to fight
so annoying.
the Elder Dragons together, or are you going to do that by yourself?
I definitely want that to be a normal video, because there's a decent part of the part of people will probably get to this and then just skip to the next one. Oh shit!
That's a bit rude.
That's just how people will react to the weirdness of hearing 100 people in chat.
I'm one of these people who I just watch an entire playlist, like no matter how good or bad the thing is, because sometimes I'll just have the videos on in the background while I play games.
In terms of Keith's stuff, I think what I've done is I've watched 3 of your playthroughs all the way through, and all of them are from at least 2 years ago.
Well, I spent like, I don't know how long it's been, but probably like 2 weeks, like watching the entire like Divinity Original Sin playlist.
Yeah.
Oh god.
My latest thing has been getting extremely emotionally invested in Keith's Pyre playthrough.
Oh. Yeah, we've seen you.
Yeah, Pyre is a good. I haven't picked it up yet, but like, damn. Like they always do good games.
Alright, next mission is starting. I am going to be back in just a second.
The ladybug dive bombing my eyeball.
Yeah.
Screenshot or it didn't happen.
I get that. How am I?
There's no proof. There's no proof.
Well, you don't just record your entire life? That's weird.
Keith, I'm not you.
Quick question: how many of you here have beaten the game?
What?
Beaten what game?
A Monster Hunter.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Pyre.
I don't even play that game. I don't even watch Keith play that game.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. I have no experience with this game whatsoever. I'm just here because I like talking.
Hey, logistics.
Alright, well that was funny. Someone just asked, does Keith have a Discord?
Okay. I was asking because I do have... So you know how Zora Magdaros has that like limited time event thing? The endgame boss has the same thing. So I was wondering if people want to do that.
You know, the people who ask, does Keith have a Discord? I think he just assumed you have way too many friends.
Wasn't I just advertising the Discord?
I think you were.
Like I said,
no, it's just funny to me because the premise of the stream is you can come to the Discord and talk with me.
In the description of the video,
and
you just click on the link.
The name as well.
Feel welcome, but there are so many. I was just like, hey, I'm going to talk about why Pyre makes me cry myself to sleep in the Discord.
And let's talk about Star Wars now and Dark Souls.
Right. Well, I posted it for anyone who's interested. They can join if they're in this lobby.
Just remember that you're allowed to dislike Last Jedi. It's just you're wrong.
Yeah.
It's just you're a fucking idiot.
Accept that you're wrong, and then you'll be right.
No. The real stipulation is that Keith hates you.
We're doing a low rank mission.
Out there for a second.
We're doing a waste of time low rank mission because this bastard mission is all locking content behind it. And you gotta do
it. Though. It gives you the bandit mantle, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's one of the many quote bubbles I haven't done yet.
Let's talk about something else.
Thank you for reminding me. I forgot to put my bandit mantle back on.
Let's talk about Titanfall. Eh?
Which one? The second one?
Yes, the better one.
Titanfall 2 or Titanfall 3?
It's better because it's on PS4, so I can actually buy it now.
No, Titanfall 2 is better because, first of all, it has campaign. Second of all, the campaign's fucking good. Third of all, you can be fast as fuck, boy.
I feel like Arsonist has to be using, like, his microphone has to be set to be, like, some weird input that's not the one on his face. Like his webcam or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the FPSs that I feel like has a good movement system.
Yeah, basically, it and Siege are the best currently available FPS.
Yeah. Oh, for Siege, have you tried the new Outbreak?
Oh yeah, I have them. I haven't played Outbreak. I've played Finka and Lion. Finka
Outbreak makes Tachanka useful.
I mean, I won't play because co-op is not my thing.
Is there a character named Tachanka?
Yeah.
Yes.
So in Siege, they all have like weird names, but Tachanka is basically the Russian with a LMG, a deployable LMG. And
He is the turret character.
Yeah, and in the regular game, he's like one of the low tier characters because like no one wants to sit in a turret the whole time.
Yeah.
But like
bad.
In Outbreak, because you're defending objectives a lot, he actually becomes super useful because when you only have 3 people on your team as opposed to 5, he provides a lot of cover and fire.
Also, Tachanka is basically the main joke of the game. Like, he's literally called Lord Tachanka by many people.
Is he?
Yeah.
See, the thing is, I just started playing Siege again because of this new update.
Highness.
But, hey, Vasalis, are you playing on PS4 or PC?
On PS4.
Fuck. No one's playing on PC.
I'm on PS4.
I just started, like, when I quit it, well, not quit, but stopped playing it around Black Ice came out.
Oh god, that's so far back. That's
Yeah, it was
one.
For Keith. It's basically the first DLC was Black Ice.
Yeah,
and
that
they're
was,
in like their 3rd season, first DLC now. So it's been a while.
That was year 1, season 3, right?
Year 1, season 1.
Yeah, probably. And now we're at year 3, season 1.
Yep.
It's so weird to have something die this fast.
Well, it doesn't die. It's just you know, people still play it because
I'm talking about the dragon we're fighting.
I get it.
Yeah, the slow rank once you have good weapons.
Yeah.
Like
Vasalis,
literally,
have you played,
this Nurgle hammer I have has a base attack of 1,092. That doesn't account any buffs I have for it, or if you do like charge attacks for it.
Who is doing this mission?
Hey, Vasalis, have you played Finca Online yet?
I haven't unlocked them yet because I've been going for the grind of getting all the renown to unlock them.
Oh god, you don't have the season pass?
F6.
No.
F6.
Well, first of all, you can't have them right now because it takes a week later until you can have them.
Well, actually, it says 3 days for the timer.
Okay. But yeah, I played both Finca and Lion. First of all,
Finca is basically just Doc for the attackers team.
Yeah, and she has drugs. She has steroids, basically.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing I'm like, they should just buff Doc to do the same thing now.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the thing is, Lion seems super broken, but because
he has wall hacks.
Yeah, but he's basically not that good unless if you're playing bomb and you plant. Then he's fucking terrifying. Because you can't move and the timer's going down. Like, you're fucked, basically.
Guys, I have a question.
Finca's just, I think, better because, first of all, team-wide
Who is doing this?
reduction is bullshit.
Who's doing what?
Who's fighting 2 temporal Beetlejuice?
Oh, I saw that quest too.
In there for 4 minutes.
Actually,
We already
I got
lost.
really lucky when fighting it because the Beetlejuices started a turf war with each other.
Yeah, that's how that quest is supposed to be easy because they just attack each other most of the time.
Yeah. So all of us just sat back and just watched these 2 Beetlejuices go at it. And then it got glitchy where one of them started going T-pose for a bit, and we're like,
oh my god, that thing is so glitchy. I've seen videos on it, it's so glitchy.
Can we get assistance on this?
Yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, basically, Finca's more effective because reducing someone's recoil is so fucking broken in Siege.
Yeah.
Like, you know Buck's gun, the cape, how it had a stupid fucking recoil, like it goes straight up, right?
Oh.
With Finca, it's genuinely manageable recoil. And that gun is really good, aside from the recoil.
Is her gun like a unique gun?
She has the Russian LMG that Fuse has, and and she has
that one. Yeah, that's a good gun. I use that on Fuse over using a shield, just because
she
it's just better.
She also has Capcan's shotgun.
Oh my god.
Forgive me for a moment while I look up the word Beetlejuice Monster Hunter World.
I wonder if it'll autocorrect you to the actual name.
Yeah.
It did
probably.
It did not.
It probably won't. It probably won't, to be honest.
Besides, also she has
It's a big armadillo?
It kind of looks like a pangolin dragon. Except it's more like a giant...
Whatever it is. Whatever it is.
Another name for Beetlejuice is the B-52 bomber dragon.
It's honestly just a giant matchstick dragon. To the point where it strikes its head along the ground like a
It looks like an
matchstick.
avocado to me.
Which is the coolest idea for a dumb dragon design is that he strikes his head like a match.
Okay, I don't...
Actually, you know what else is a cool dragon design? I found this out by looking up like Monster Hunter monsters. But in concept art, so it's not a monster that's actually in the game, but lore-wise, there was this thing called the Equal Dragon Weapon, because apparently, like, the Monster Hunter world is like this dystopian future, and before they controlled the dragons, so they made this thing called the Equal Dragon Weapon, which took 50 elder dragons to make one of, and it was just a combination of a bunch of, like, dragons. So it had different, like concept-wise, it would have different attacks from all of the different monsters.
That sounds like a really bad idea.
The dystopian future thing is one way to try to explain how Aloy's in here.
Yeah. It's just
fast promotion.
Are we going to just enter time out of retroactively being like, nuke?
Yeah,
maybe.
Because it makes more sense when you look it up, because the old world had a bunch of like structures and stuff that were like obviously like high-tech man-made, but none of this is here in the new like Monster Hunter World thing because we're in the new world.
Yeah, I was also gonna ask about that. There's a gun, right?
Yeah, because the guns are tech from the old people. Because all of like their old stuff, like or not old stuff, like advanced stuff, is techniques they got from the old civilization.
Yay,
Like
50th
transform weapons and stuff like I don't know, like
So what you're
guns, but
is that Bloodborne and Monster Hunter are in the same universe.
No.
Imagine.
No.
Imagine Dragons.
I can't wait for the Monster Hunter where you play as Leon
DLC
Kennedy.
for Monster Hunter.
Oh
you get the giant flesh pile that is the one reborn as a monster.
Oh God,
that would actually be cool.
Actually, that would be cool. Having a Cthulhu type monster in Monster Hunter, that would be fun.
That would be cool. That would be really cool.
You turn the camera towards him and the game just glitches out and deletes your save.
You have to like fight while not looking at him.
Oh, that would be cool.
Make you fight Gehrman, because that's what this engine is built for.
The Cthulhu boss would just be the Nier Automata credits.
No, basically, make it a Cthulhu.
Cthulhu is kind of Cthulhu-like or Lovecraftian for a Monster Hunter monster.
Wait, no, make it like...
I feel like the closest to a Cthulhu monster is either Valhazak or the final boss.
Alright, I'll point out this mission is a capture.
Well, like
you can make the entire game like the entire game's grind make more sense.
Yeah. Actually, Zora Magnus is that interesting thing because it's like it and Kirin are those two things that are in the Elder Dragon pile, but they aren't dragons.
They could not have made the spawning points any further from the canteen they expect you to use every mission.
For
in town.
Oh, there is there is the lift. You can just take the canteen if you don't want to walk all the way.
It's literally the furthest. Even with the lift, it's literally the furthest thing from where you spawn. Even though they know you're gonna use it every mission.
Yeah.
It's weird.
You know, it'd be a good setting if you could pick where your spawn point was, because there's multiple ways to exit if you go on expeditions and stuff. So if you could just pick which of those you spawn at, so you could choose the one right in front of the canteen, that would actually be great.
I'm still kind of waiting for the entirety of the game's town to just be a menu.
I feel like they won't.
You should probably set up push to talk, Versio. You should probably set up push to talk. We're getting a lot of background.
Fucking roar, mate.
Oh, is that me?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, I'll just be
rolling boulders. What?
As a side note, my friend kept trying to convince me that Bloodborne and Dark Souls totally took place in the same universe, man.
Well, that's just a popular
That's
theory.
because there's a Vachi Vigio video about it now. Like,
Yeah,
yay,
but
now it'll be
the undead curse
insufferable
doesn't exist
and
in
considered
Yarnum.
canon. Because the moment he makes a
there's no
video
way
where
to
he
know.
makes shit up, it's considered absolute canon among
But
the
the
internet.
undead curse doesn't exist in Yarnum.
Yeah, there's no way in hell that they're both.
The undead curse doesn't happen to people in
I've seen the
Yarnum.
video, Klein. He says it because apparently, what is it? They escaped through the paintings, and the blood is
God
somehow
damn.
the related to the soul, which is the curse.
Sorry, is he trying to say that Yarnum is a painting?
Yes, basically.
And this word is like this word, and then words are words. And what if this, in this description, this guy sounds like he said blood or something, which is Swahili for not blood. And that means that they're actually lovers. And
Yeah,
That means Lady Maria is an ancient dragon.
Yeah,
And then there was light.
Wait. Okay, so let me shorten it. His explanation is that the canon ending for Demon Souls is the evil one, but where the entire world is enveloped by fog, right? That the old one is an elder, like the ones in the great ones in Bloodborne. Sorry. And
Oh yeah, I remember this video now. I was so confused for the longest time. Like, oh wait, I've seen this.
After the world's in fog, right? That's when the Dark Souls bit happens. That's when
Right,
Dark
yeah.
Souls happens. Then everything gets fucked there, over and over.
Or
Then
they could just
escape
be
into the
not
painting.
related at all.
And
They could just be
apparently-
games.
Yeah, but Vadividya has to make connections or he loses ad revenues.
yeah, I feel bad for him to an extent where it's like, hey, by the way, your franchise that your channel's based on is kind of on
I mean-
hiatus / dead. Good luck. And he has to figure out what to do now.
Recently, he's just been like posting like fucking like waifu shit post videos, hasn't he?
No, that's Indie Mouse. That's Indie Mouse.
That's a different
He did
channel.
a video on like Doki Doki Literature Club.
To be fair, Indie Mouse has been doing that. Has been doing shit.
Oh right, no, it was Indie Mouse, not him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Indie Mouse has been shit posting from the beginning.
I confused them as the same person.
I do not understand that.
At least Indie Mouse is sometimes funny. Sometimes.
Skill free meal activated.
To be clear, because it just sounds like trash talk and everything, like I don't have a problem with Vati Vidya. It's just he's treated much like Game Theory as whenever he says anything, everyone will shout what he said at you as if it's complete fact. And it's
See,
like,
the thing
but
with that is, like,
his standard for
things-
proof is really weak.
Yeah. The thing with theories is you have to take it with a grain of salt because you know
because it's just theory.
Game Theory especially pissed me off because he made a video about how YouTube channels work and made up terms like subscriber burn, and people will just tell me how to do my job based on a video they watched.
Yeah,
like they know better, and it's like,
he
yeah,
was
sure.
good at the beginning. His theories
Obviously,
were,
everything
and
he
then-
says is right, and we'll just ignore the 6 years of evidence that of him being wrong
Literally,
on my channel.
Because
but
YouTube
YouTube is changing.
People take his words as gospel.
People always say YouTube is changing. The world is also changing.
Everything's changing.
The cells in your
Trump is
body.
president. The world is doomed.
Oh yeah, nuclear winter in like 3 years.
Thankfully, I'm in Canada, so we're just gonna get the after
Why
effects
is
of the
Trump
EMP.
still president? Like, why is he
Nah,
still president?
you're getting the fallout.
Like versus.
Yeah, that's what literal fallout. If Korea launches an EMP at you guys, all of us get EMP'd too.
Versio, Trump is still president because he hasn't
Hey, fuck the Americans. I'm in Europe.
That man is a disaster.
He hasn't angered the NRA yet. That's it.
I mean, he has.
No, all these damage.
He literally just started talking about the idea of taking guns away without due process. That probably pissed off the NRA.
He wants to take away violent video games.
Yeah.
That one is a stupid one.
It's
That
video
one's
game.
just retarded.
Hey,
Not
that
the
guy's
That
here.
one's just stupid. That one's
Wait,
just ridiculous.
what is he? Wait, what is he just?
Politics.
Oh, now you're shooting laser beams. Oh, good.
Oh, that was a
We want to put a
corpse.
ban. So we want to put a ban on like violent video games and children.
For a second there, I
was
thought like
that's
Dark
not gonna happen.
Tobakadachi just came out of nowhere and started attacking us, but he
Filter
just
into Australia.
Tobakadachi Black.
yeah, like he just picked up a weird corpse or something. I thought it was an actual variant.
Which is like
No, like actually, what is happening?
Oh boy. Oh, you know what's a good item you should pick up if you haven't already is the Mushromancer pig head thing.
The what?
Like the armor item.
You mean the pig head?
Yeah, I looked it up and it gives you food buffs. So they stack with your regular buffs and they don't expire when you die, I think.
Interesting.
So you can just like go into a hunt, equip the head, eat a bunch of mushrooms to gain a bunch of buffs, and then equip your regular gear.
That with wide range makes it like kind of OP because then affects other people in the hunt also.
Oh, the Wiggler head? Yeah, that one's pretty good too.
I'm literally dying to burn right now, and it keeps going back.
Oh, we're dying to laser beams. Literal laser beams.
Whoa.
This has become a chat room for stuff that's not even related to what's happening on the screen.
I mean, yeah, that's.
Well, I'm facing the. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything.
I mean, I just joined Discord because I don't have access to my PlayStation.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's better to talk about random shit than relaxing.
It's the strangest thing. No, the fact that that's at some points the chat is dominated by being about a mission that's not the one happening on the screen. Is the
Look,
it's
I
weird.
only did this mission because I have one more option to do it, and you were already in a mission.
Yeah, so I saw it and I was like, well, I kind of need a few things from this to do it.
I mean, I already farmed it set, but like, you know.
Well, the good news is now there's a guild.
I'm trying to get it
I mean, a squad.
I'm trying to get
its set is actually really good. Like
the catastrophe light. That's what I'm trying to get.
So
this plus the Kieran chess piece is like my ideal.
My understanding is that now there's actually a squad. You guys are able to like invite each other and stuff, and I don't have to be the single source of being able to spread the guild.
It's kind of like actual online guilds. Wow.
Yeah, so, like World of Warcraft.
I don't know. I haven't played any MMOs in a while.
By the way,
well, let me. If you haven't played any MMOs in a while,
you want to hear how dated I am? If you've ever heard of AQ Worlds, that was the last MMO I played.
Nope, haven't heard of it.
Old. As I was saying, Vasalis. Well, we're talking about Siege, right? I forgot to mention, Finka has a unique assault rifle. It's called the .308, whatever. And I think it's your best weapon. It's just, it does solid damage, good rate of fire, and with her, like, drugs, it's basically a laser beam. I'm not kidding.
With drugs.
Yes.
What's drugs?
It's a video game where you fire a drugs laser.
No, but the thing is...
Doc. He fires a syringe gun, shoots syringes at people that heals them.
It heals bullet wounds.
It either heals them or it takes them out of a down state.
I mean, literally, at this point, Finka literally has, like, a tiny pack on her wrist that makes you a superhuman for, like, half a minute.
Because the description is using nanobots, but it's like, so you're applying nanobots to everyone who could be, like, 100 meters away from you.
Dying.
There are currently 2 people in chat that have muted chat. Not just their microphones, but literally they're in the chat, but they've muted the chat, and I'm like, wait, then why are you here? I'm so...
Maybe they're here because they just didn't have your Discord before, so they wanted to at least get it.
What a confusing button.
I saw so many people in Discord.
Let me mention,
I went in.
I think with Vasalis, I think with Finka, it's like Lucy. They just have something in their stomach with nanobots, and they just.
I remember Lucy.
I know. I unfortunately.
That movie.
Nanobots.
Honestly,
Nanomachines,
maybe
son.
it's better than Ghost in this
Lucy is Jesus, pretty much for something.
It wasn't
what happened in that movie.
It wasn't nanobots, it was drugs.
Keith, literally everyone made that joke about Finka. Nanomachine, son.
No.
Well, I unlocked the quest for killing basil geese again.
Sandra Armstrong, Nanomachine, son.
Nope, first they're killing 10 Gajalakas.
Oh, did you unlock the quest for Kieran yet?
I think I might have just done that. I saw an icon I didn't recognize, but it pressed A too fast.
Did you unlock the high rank one?
Is there a low rank one?
Yes.
Beetlejuice.
There's a low rank one, which is I think 5 stars, and then there's a high rank one, which is like 8 stars, I think.
To unlock Kieran,
and I'm exploded.
do a bunch of
and I'm hit with Dragon Blight. That's fun.
So I just like missed an entire monster in low rank.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Kieran is the only low rank Elder Dragon.
Because it's practically a secret. So you have to go through a weird fork of quests.
It's literally a horse.
Because you need to grow some mad plants, bro. You need to upgrade that harvest box and like get all those recipes.
Oh, we got a tail. We got a tail.
What's happening?
Apparently they got a tail.
I looked at the monster tail and I was like, its tail is not gone.
I guess that guy is
You
very happy
lied to me.
That guy's very happy
to me.
Tail, if you know what I mean.
It's over here. Huge. How can you miss it?
Alright, guys. It's
What are you guys fighting, by the way?
Fast 2. I'm going to bed.
Oh yeah, it's almost 3 a.m. Oh,
Basically dying.
Good night.
Also, quick heads up for you, the final boss has this effect called Dragon Blight, which nullifies all your elemental effects and damage.
That sounds stupid.
It is
sounds
stupid.
Does Dragon Seal block Dragon Blight?
It's so easy though.
It's also yeah, Dragonfell berries heal Dragon Blight, but so does a Nullberry. Basically, Nullberries are just keeping your inventory at all times because they heal almost all status elements except for stunned.
What, they heal poison too?
Except for poison too, yeah. Also, a fun fact I learned is that you can cure Blast Blight just by rolling.
Yep.
Yeah. I've also found there's a horn that can just stop all negative effects.
Kill it! Kill it!
One of the
Which
horn,
horn? You mean?
there's a horn that has a buff that just stops all debuffs.
See, the thing with that is doesn't actually do that. There's certain unique Elder Dragon effects that it does not block.
So the Kyrian is a horse, but it's an Elder Dragon?
But even then, if
Yeah,
you're fighting...
it's one of those things of they're like, what the fuck is this? I don't know, throw pile.
It's actually a horse, not a dragon.
It's a unicorn. Basically,
it's a unicorn.
Lightning unicorn.
It's unicorn, and then someone in Keith's video was like, "Hey, wait, you see, it's not actually a unicorn because it's existed like way past unicorns." It was like,
you always make it everything.
I love when people argue about the classification of things that aren't real.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, why are you arguing about this? It's a fictional creature.
It's a horse. That's it.
It's like Wyverns and Dragons all over again.
It's also firing fucking laser beams.
The Kyrian is probably one of the most annoying monsters to fight, to be honest.
It's annoying when it uses this, like... So, Keith, for context, the Kyrian is a lightning horse. So think of it like Thor, but like horse form.
Gajalakas were surprisingly threatening.
So think of a
can
horse.
go Super Saiyan too.
Think of a horse that's carrying around a hammer.
Yeah, so it has this mode where it cloaks itself in lightning and basically negates like 50% of your damage.
Does it like one-shot you too or something?
Yeah, it has these moves where they're very telegraphed, but if you're stunned, you can't really get out of it. But basically it shoots lightning in lines, and if you get hit in the lines, it will basically kill you.
Which is BS because in reality, you can't really dodge those lines. Like, it's quite hard to dodge them.
Yeah, if you're stunned, then yeah, you get screwed. Thankfully,
they're barely visible.
And then he has the electrifying thing where you can get stunned. He's actually annoying.
Yeah, I think the
He stuns you really easily too.
Because of how small Kyrian is, when you mount it and you go to its face, it just looks absolutely ridiculous.
It looks so weird when you mount a small monster, like the Kulu Yaku or something. It looks so weird. I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
It's smaller than the Kulu Yaku.
Yeah, it's so...
Which is the other kind of problem I had, because
the tiny crown,
it's such a small hitbox.
Okay, hold on. How many people here know about the Celtic?
What?
You're really quiet. Can you turn up your volume?
You're
I have no clue how to do that. I have no clue how to do that.
Go to Discord. Go to your user settings.
It's either in your user settings or you like go to your actual computer settings and change your microphone
go to your
volume.
like if you look at Discord,
is it the sensitivity
next to your name.
What am I now?
I mean, he's so impossibly quiet and far away sounding. It sounds like he's like got his audio device set to like some headset or webcam that's like on the floor somewhere that is that's
please don't
forgotten.
charge.
I'm like 5 miles away from my phone.
Just run up with this hammer on this fuck. You're getting bopped.
I mean, if you're on your phone and you're nowhere near it, then that would definitely explain it.
Yeah.
Well, I actually am right next to it. I'm using a wireless earbud.
Yeah, it's probably your sensitivity.
Also, isn't the phone's probably face down, but aren't phone microphones on the back now or something?
It depends on the model.
Like is the microphone like face down on the desk?
I'm pretty sure the microphone is on the front.
My mic is right next to my face.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's definitely his sensitivity then.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, you're charging
is this thing gonna die anytime soon? Because I'm like getting drowsy.
Is this thing gonna die anytime soon?
Are you in my current quest right now?
Yeah, I'm logistics.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, I'm actually like getting a little bored of fighting this.
Yeah, this thing, you fought it before, right? Because I don't think you...
Yeah.
Yeah. It just has a...
you guys fighting?
The final boss.
The final boss. It's so easy, but it's like, it just takes a really long time, and it's like...
Yeah, I know, it's annoying.
I like how you so nonchalantly said the final boss.
It's the final boss.
It is.
It's not
the final boss. We just met around the corner. Behind
the only reason it's challenging is because of both how big it is and how big its health pool is. Because
it's only the health.
One shot move to us.
The only problem is the health. Like, it has so much poison. But other than that, it's so easy. Like, you'll be done with it. Actually, no,
he's mad again.
Easy. Just easy. It's so easy.
Yeah.
They just make another really boring final encounter?
Well, the description, the best description I can see of it
not
is
boring, you're just falling
it's a Dark
asleep.
Souls boss in the Monster Hunter game. It has slow, telegraphed attacks. It has this own boss chamber that's very big. It has like very big attacks and a huge health pool, and it's more just about like a war of attrition, basically.
And occasionally he flies for some unholy reason. Like, can you stop making this so difficult? Die.
See, this would have been easier if I brought my bow gun.
It's not as bad as Zora Magdaros, so...
Yeah, no. Zora Magdaros is worse than this. This is actually a good boss, because this is actually, it follows the Monster Hunter, like, regular
Zora Magdaros is stupid. What do you even do with that thing?
Is Zora Magdaros the one that was in the donkey video?
What?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh.
Zora Magdaros, from what I've heard, like, is like the staple of they have to have this large siege monster in every
they should stop.
Okay, thank
you. Like Jen Moran from Monster Hunter 3.
And apparently it's the best one they've done because they sped up a lot of the siege processes and improved it.
Just
But it's
embarrassing.
still pretty bad.
Jen Moran is better than Zora Magdaros.
There we go.
Okay, bounty complete. Dragon Culling. Wow, I didn't even realize I did that.
I'm so glad.
Finally.
Oh yeah. The other thing I should let you know, Keith, is for the final boss, you can take its items more than any regular monster. So its tail can be skinned like 3 to 4 times, and its body can be skinned for like almost the entire timer of like the minute.
It's
the only
time to
depressing
fuck
part
up
is that you
Basil.
can get like of the same item.
Pardon?
You can get like 14 of the same item, which is really...
Yeah, it's good for farming it because it streamlines the hunting process in a sense. Like, it doesn't take you long to farm its entire set because of that. It's just kind of waiting because it has the stupid Zora Magdaros thing where you have to wait until it pops up to farm it.
Yeah, when I found that out, I was like, are you serious?
I mean,
I was like, fine, I guess I'll go fight these tempered monsters things.
Yeah, tempered. I don't know too much about that. That was
Quick
really
question: does anyone have the Street Fighter V quest and would like to do it? Because I would like those items, but
the Street Fighter V quest. What's that?
The giant bear off arena.
Yeah.
Wow.
It gives you a Ryu skin.
That is funny.
It is funny because like it's literally just Ryu's imported model from Street Fighter V. So it just looks cool. Out of place in comparison to the rest of the characters.
There's a video where someone killed Tobakudachi with the shuriken emote.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, that's right, because the Hadoken and Shoryu can actually...
I guess it'd be a lot weirder if they didn't do damage.
No, it would make sense because like it's emotes, right? So.
Do I sound any better?
I mean, I don't have that, so that's why I can't do it, which is why I was asking. Just because I like the items.
There was this boxing monster in like Monster Hunter 3, and there was like a boxing emote, and the boxing emote did damage, so you could actually box a monster in one of the games.
Oh my god.
Hello?
Wow, decorations. Thanks, Tips.
Hello?
Did you know you could have decorations?
Somebody answering their phone?
But I'm just trying to fix this one.
Oh. The NPCs are so annoying with their dialogue. It's like, are you here because you missed me? It's like, no, because I want my harvest box items.
I'm perplexed by the JRPG need to have dialogue. Every
so cringy in this game.
There's a weird consistent thing where JRPGs just think every NPC needs to have full conversations with you every time you click on them or visit them.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. Even like Valkyria Chronicles, like I don't know if I found ones that don't have that, where they'll talk at you.
Have you tried playing the Fate series? Anyone here?
Have you seen?
I have played the mobile game.
They need.
Yeah, I started playing the mobile game recently because it got released for North America.
Keith.
And I also watched like the anime of like Stay Night.
Keith, 1 second. Recognize these games.
Oh, you're fighting beta boosts?
These people need human contact somewhere.
So, question: you can capture Beetlejuice, but do you get an arena quest for capturing him? Because I think I've captured him before, but I didn't get a quest for it.
I don't think you do.
I'm pretty sure I've captured him before.
So these tempered thingies.
Tempered Beetlejuice?
We lasted like 4 minutes.
You both died, or?
We all died. It wasn't just two. All died.
Yeah,
were you far away enough to just let them fight each other?
They just do a lot more damage. The health is the same.
Yeah, like there's just so much damage. Like, what is going on?
I think you can preemptively cut off their bombs. It's like how you can cut Nergigante talons, or like their spikes, to prevent him from doing his one-hit kill attack.
I'm gonna try it again. See how
also with vest and blast resistance.
Which also fun thing, Keith, you didn't have to suffer the torture that was Nergigante in the beta.
No, I did not.
15,
I don't really play
to beat that
betas.
sucker, and his hitboxes were even more broken than they are currently. Like,
it's a really tough sell to try to get me to play a beta of a game that's just going to come out later, and then I can just play that.
The only reason I got it is because it gave you items in the
Freedom Unite.
It gave you items in the real game for completing the quest.
It gave you a bunch of like supply box items and stuff like that, so it was a good like start. Because it gave me like 10 ancient potions and stuff like that, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what we got this morning? I mean, not this morning, but like in our login thingy, bonus thingy?
No,
I saw a whole bunch of items, but did we get them?
Yeah, you have to go to your cat in your room and claim add-on bonuses.
Oh, that's a lot of work.
I don't know how anyone got up there. There's no vines. Everyone was just on top of this pedestal, and my character doesn't climb it.
All right, let me like catch up with the live stream so I can see what you're talking about.
It doesn't make any sense to me. That was weird.
Oh, they're up there? Yeah, you can just climb up there.
How? I was running into it. Oh, now you did it. What? That's annoying. I was running in. I went in a full circle running against the wall, and it wouldn't go up the wall.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna check out. It's been good talking.
Also, fun fact, Keith, this is where Kushala nest is, one of the Elder Dragons when you fight it. So just letting you know that for when you have to get it done.
It's gonna be horrible. Beat again.
Presumably there's going to be a giant white crystal elder dragon because there's never been a white crystal enemy yet.
Okay, so what do you think of the Admiral's voice acting? Just quick question. Because I found it very like jarring and weird. I mean, most of the voice acting for this game is weird, but like I found the Admiral especially weird, just because like his lines make it seem like he should be angrier than he should be.
Everything is cringy.
And he just sounds like monotonely calm the whole time.
None of the voice acting stand out to me. It's just like some paid, competent English voice actors just doing really generic lines in a story that doesn't really have a story.
Yeah, it's basically just you want like a bunch of like high, like well not high money, but like popular voice actors to just do the English version. It's like okay, just like
we got
Matt Mercer and like Matt Mercer and Sojiro's voice actor, and who else?
Like basically the Rotten Veil lady is the only person who's a character in the entire game.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Everyone else is just sort of
the
anime character template that stands there.
Telling you to go to sleep in Persona 5.
A lot of people need to stop talking at the same time.
I like how
sorry.
I like how she says "we."
That was like 7 voices.
Reality, there is no "we," woman. This is
oh
just
my
me.
god, yeah. That made me so mad. So in the final boss, she's like, yeah, we can do it. I'm just standing here at a camp while you go fight this giant, horrifying monster. But we can do it. It's like,
you got this partner? You got this partner? Like, who's the partner? Who's my partner? Because I don't have a partner here. Please.
Yeah. It's just me. Me and my cat.
It's just me and my cat. You are often distant.
Also, the fun thing that I found out is like I was looking up in-depth things, and you can get Gajalikas as tail raiders.
You can?
Yeah. Basically, the Gajalika quest, the way it works is you have to max. It's either maxed out or unlock all of the other tail raider items for your Palico, and then the cat guy gives you a quest to go find Gajalika tracks, and you have to do this as a bounty for some reason, and you have to collect 10 of them, and then after that he's like, let's go to Elder's Recess and go find them. And then you're supposed to stealth through their camp to get to their leader, but you can just put on the ghillie mantle and just walk past all of them.
Logistics, the second one.
And they get a Molotov cocktail for your cat.
What the
Yep.
No.
You get a literal Molotov cocktail.
What is this? Get away! Okay, so you
also,
have to fight
it's
two of them
funny
at the
because
same
it's called a Meowlotov cocktail.
Yeah, the ones for the cats are
the other one left.
The best.
How do we do this?
Did you die?
No, it's just okay. We were fighting one of them, and then the other one showed up, and I was like,
"Oh shit, poison coat!" If that's the gem I think it is, you actually got really lucky there, Keith.
I do no damage to this thing. No damage. Somebody please.
It's kind of just a strange day of milestones where I got 50,000 subscribers, and then back to back I got my, was it just in here I got the 100 hunts, 50 captures.
The what?
Can you mount the tempered monsters?
You can mount any monster, yeah.
Except for the final one. Hello.
I don't know if you can or cannot because I haven't tried. I know for dual blade users, you can just do that like spinning attack down their spine, and it does so much damage because of how big the monster is.
Oh yeah, so it takes like a year to get across.
A whole minute.
I just have to make a dual blade.
Okay, so they're both together now.
But yeah, the final monster is really good for ranged users, dual blades, and insect glaives, because the dual blade can just ride their spine infinitely. Insect glaive can just stay in the air infinitely because of how big the hitbox is. And then ranged users just have a field day because of how big the body is, you can just use your ammo and most of the time hit it. and with piercing ammo going through, it just does so much damage.
Logistics, they were fighting each other. Why'd you hit it? Oh Lord.
Wow.
All right, I think that's a decent place to cut it. We finished absolutely everything in my entire quest log that's not an arena.
You did? Damn.
We did everything except for the arenas and the Kirin. And also the introvert in me is hitting limit on voices.
on personal interaction levels.
But thanks for coming by. This has been an experiment of sorts.